Trading futures in the night, so cold rocket dreams, resilience in the fold. Hedge pressurizing, the charts are bold. Daily bands wrapping stories untold. Riding with rockets through the AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every trade hold never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their cloud. Riding with rockets through the AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every trade home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. The pulse ascending, mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Riding with rockets, scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their cloud. Checking the charts with your AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every trade home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, checking the charts. Midnight glory. Sanctuary in all its blending. Mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Y'all miss me? Oh, I miss y'all too. What's up? All right. Typing up my things here in chat. You know how I normally do this. Good morning, you guys. All right. Market kind of selling off a little bit. Kind of being crazy. Government's back open. Doesn't feel any different to me. Market preemptively traded up a little bit because of that news and traded right back down because it doesn't care. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, it means we're going to be getting news more frequently, and the news has been relatively bullish-ish. So, you know, it's kind of like, I like to say with the government being shut down, it's kind of like going into a dark home that hasn't had the lights turned on in a month. You know, there's cockroaches scurrying around, but the minute you turn the lights on, everybody looks around like, you know, let's get out of here. And the bears are the cockroaches in the particular scenario. The market's been crazy and volatile and selling off because of the lack of the good data continuously boosting the market up. That's been giving, you know, we've been getting CPIs and PPIs and Michigan numbers and all kind of stuff that's just not really painting like a doom and gloom picture of the economy. So bulls have been having a field day every time news events come out. It's just a reason for markets to move. Without the news, the market just sort of like scurried around a little bit. I always like to say it's kind of like that night it's at the club. You know, it's 2:05 in the morning. You know, club's closing down. The lights come on. You look at everyone and all these beautiful people that looked great when the lights were turned off. Look horrible when the lights turn on, and you're like, ugh, well, let's get out of here. So that's kind of what happened. The lights just turn on at the club, and now the bears are sort of like, you want to go home with me? And everybody's like, nah, I'm okay, man. I was only bearish tonight. You know what I mean? That's just a one-time thing for me. I was just having some fun with my friends. It's not just experimenting a little bit. Just a temporary bear. I think market's going to be overall bullish or bearish because the indecision of the rate cut. Mostly because of the rate cut. I would say that the indecision is going to be voted in favor of rate cuts. The votes still heavily lean into aggressive rate cuts, despite Powell's commentary saying, you know, we're kind of on the fence about the December cut. It doesn't mean that they're on the fence about rate cuts. They're just on the fence on is it December? The progression of rate cuts is to get us all the way down to 3% by next year. Whether it's December or January is kind of like splitting hairs. But I think the Fed is not just shifting their policy all of a sudden. All the members have been voting pretty steadily for the last year in the dot plots. So you haven't really seen a lot of members budging. People have had their plan like years ago, and they're kind of sticking through it. Nothing really happened between October and now to change the minds of a lot of people that have been pretty stubborn. I mean, watching the dot plot's been relatively stable, at least on the front of almost everybody thinks we need at least 3 rate cuts of 25 before next year. The debate is, do we need 3 or 5? And I think that's where the variance is. And the aggressiveness of 2025 is going to be 3 rate cuts, like one every. We got 2, but the idea was we'll get 1 more for the end of the year. And the question is, maybe not. Maybe it'll get pushed to January, February. So maybe they're staggering them out further. But I still think we get a couple more. Is that bullish or bearish? I think that in general, it's neither. I think Wall Street is looking for bull news, so they're going to perceive that as bullish. In general, rate cuts are not perceived as bearish, but the market's gone down in periods of rate cuts. The market's gone up in periods of rate hikes. And between like 1998 and 2000, you know, Greenspan was rapidly cutting rates, or rapidly raising rates, sorry, right before the .com collapse, and markets still went up like crazy. So I think right now the greater kind of issues are what people are going to care about. Tariffs, is AI in a bubble, quote unquote, and inflation, right, in the jobs market. I think right now everything looks sort of questionable, but not terrible just yet. I think that once we get through this year. Next year is going to be pretty bullish. I feel it. Good question. Get me caught so many times with those dang lights. The person you're dancing with, the lights come on, you're like, oh, Yikes. All right, let's get out of here. Just kidding. All right, let's get ready to roll. We are breaking yellow line. Market is looking like it wants to come down. That's kind of an interesting start. I would say that, yeah. So I opened the night. Sorry, let me get my little screenshot here. I tweeted it if you guys are curious about the performance of the random trading account. I did tweet that last night. I also am like way up for the night because I took the opening. People were like joking in a Discord last night. They're like, what the fuck? Is there a new pandemic out? Matt shorting at the open. So I shorted at the open, took profit, shorted again right here, got squeezed, shorted again somewhere in here, woke up with money. So I basically went in a full circle and still made some cash. I currently am short in just one account still, and it is very light with 3 contracts. That's basically it. I've been shorting since night. Dude, I've been short. Yeah, hell yeah. So, I mean, like, it's rare, right, that I'll be seeing the markets coming down. But in all honesty, this is just technical at this point. The market is trying really hard to fight off the volatility, but it's still there. And therefore, we're probably going to go try to fill that gap that we created last week. I feel it. I don't know if you guys feel it. My intuition's been pretty on point. Somebody said yesterday. These last couple months. I don't know what that says about me or says about the market. Maybe the market's just been a little more predictable last couple months because it seems to be doing everything I wanted it to do. And today we've got red lines. Today we've got gap fills. I feel like, you know, we've gapped up and run. We have not retraced this much of this. So again, the way the market usually likes to do this is it doesn't just fall straight down. It's not going to happen today without the VIX being kind of on the same ballpark. I think we just go down. Now, VIX is kind of in that same ballpark now. I think that what I'm looking for is for this to touch the half gap and run. Seems to be like a very obvious trade. We're seeing these supports like right here. Today might just be a big selling day. We did lose yellow line. Hell yeah, let's go. It's falling as we speak. I'll get those targets for you guys drawn up. 275 is that half gap for NASDAQ, and I think I drew it yesterday, but it's not there anymore. 275, we're going to mark it with a dashed white line. S&P is going to be at even further. 67.76. And there's some red lines in the way, but there you go. Holy crap, Matt is shorting. Somebody at Discord, they were like, is there like a new pandemic we don't know about? Kind of reminds everybody during COVID, because in COVID was like one of the few times I was doing that. Market open, I'm like, guys, I'm shorting right at the open. Market opens, I'm like, all in, full port, let's short it. That was kind of my bag during COVID. Open, short right at the open. So last time was pretty lucky. Like I literally just jumped in one of my accounts immediately, 10 contracts. I was shorting it just MHP. Like the way we were selling off, I was like, yeah, we're going to test MHP. And again, I was betting on the idea that we also do what I like to call, kind of like, let's have a name for this. We're sort of like spanning the range, but basically what it's trying to do is we know that the government shutdown ending is going to be perceived as bullish. So what they do is they kind of like push price away from the expected move so that it contains the move a little bit. The example is that the market were to like move here, move here, and move here. Let me start over, right? The market is trying to follow what the stock prices are, and the dealers know what the imbalances are. The dealers know ahead of time all inside information, whatever they need to know to like operate in this world. And so they have like a set point. You know, the set point is, let's get futures to here by market open, right? And they allow some flexibility for markets to be there, but essentially the path is that it needs to go here. So if there's an event that's going to be really bullish and people are like, you know, allowed to trade up into it. And then that bullish event, it's going to be like way off target of what, you know, futures are trying to track the stocks. So what you tend to see happening a lot of the time is before an expected event that you know is going to create a move up is they sort of like bring the move down such that when it goes up and then it retraces, it lands right back where you started, which is what we call a non-event. A non-event means that it's already priced in. It's not really affecting the price. That makes sense, you guys, right? Anytime market's doing this and it rallies up on an event and then comes back down to here, keeps going, this is not because of the event. The event, if you return back to the original price, the event was already priced in because the efficient market hypothesis just states that all available information inside or not public, inside, whatever, is effectively always traded in. So the market's never operating blindly. It's always priced in. So if the market is moving and doesn't return to the original price, then that event has reset the price. That event is causing the move. So it wasn't priced in. This actually surprised people. So whenever you make it back to where you started, the event's already priced in. Oh, the government shutdown ended. Well, yeah, we kind of knew it was going to happen. So this is a non-event. Now, this is people selling the news, of course, which is my thought. On that pop, I got big on the short, just like I told you guys. And I've been writing it down ever since. And that's most of this. And the idea is that, well, the market just needs to retrace that bull move and try to find some ground. And VIX is on the edge of triple B, which is, again, why I make that bet to short. Because we are right on the edge of volatility. It's not bearish market, it's just volatile market. We have plenty of room to fall and still be bullish. Today might be that day. We'll see. Short to there, long from there, might be something like that. Do I sleep? Dude, I automate all this. I went out last night, had steak, sushi, fully automate this whole thing, man. I don't stay up and trade. I set a position, trade from my phone, set a stop. That's it. That's it. How do they know the event is going to be that bullish? Well, it's obvious, right? Because the market was bearish when the government did shut down. And when the government's no longer shut down, now we have removed the floodgate. And now news is going to come through. GDPs and CPIs and PPIs and all these things are going to come through that we know are going to be bullish. So the market was just sort of like bearish because of the lack of good news. The market was just sort of like, somebody's taking little bits of profit. So we started kind of selling a little bit, but not really in bear territory because we're not having good news, 2-3 times a week to like pop the market back up. We're sort of operating in the dark. So now that the government shutdown is over, the news is going to come through. It's not the shutdown being over that's particularly bullish. It's the idea that I believe that, well, we're not going to get any bear news coming out now that we got the reveal of all data coming through. Maybe it's going to come bullish. It's obvious there's no one in the market. Yeah. I'm short right now on one account. Yeah. With 3 contracts. That's it. That's it. I'm going to hold that all the way down to here. Other than that, I'm reserving all the rest of my accounts to short on pops as long as we stay below yellow line. This is 25.42 yellow line break, right? We've lost MHP. We lost yellow line. This is a big deal. So as this rejected yellow line, if we get back above here, then I'll obviously get out of the short. But the R&R on this is fantastic. This is 150 points a drop if we do get it. Let's roll the dice, you guys, for the random count challenge. I posted the P&L on Twitter. Let's go over some stats real quick. Quickies. Let's check on some things. There we are. There's me, number 1. There's the stats. Like throughout the day, sometimes it's like really hard for me to get Tradeify to run that report. It's like buggy. So sometimes like in the morning it works fine, but I try to run it in the daytime. It doesn't run it. This is the P&L of the random account challenge. Remember, like 5,000 of that was already traded before the challenge started. So anyway, this is the win rate on the account. Again, this is the challenge I'm doing right now. This is $100,000 real money account. This is the account number, the net lick. I will show you guys the performance curve every single day with the stats. You guys can take a screenshot. You can look at this. I spent all morning photoshopping this, so make sure that you get it right, because it's the only time you're going to see it. And pretty good so far. The random account challenge is my most fun, interesting challenge I've done to date. The rules are pretty simple. I am forced to trade one E-mini at a time that ChatGPT chooses. I don't get to wait for A+ setup. ChatGPT is going to pick a time for me. And the rule is, in the first hour, I got to make a trade as well. The ChatGPT is about to select for me a moment that I have to make a trade. From 9:56 until 10:11. So 26 minutes after market opens, I'm going to be forced to trade. So let's remember 9:56 today. The rules are as follows. I have to trade at least one E-mini. When I'm in, I can average into that trade. We are at S&P MHP. It might be a good time for me to take profit on this short, at least for now. Or maybe I should just hold through it. I don't know. What do y'all think? You know what? Let's see what happens. Little exhaustion candle there. All right, I'll pocket that. Okay, I took profit just to let the market open. I'll jump back in if I get it. Another one in a second. Okay. That already was a trim though. That's 3. I trimmed from 10. I was holding 3 as a runner. Me being a little wuss, I might miss out on it. That's okay. Let's let the market open and see what happens. We got 22 minutes till market opens. Okay, so the way it's going to work is ChatGPT is going to choose time for me. I have to trade at least... Where the heck did it go? At least one E-mini. When I'm in the trade, I can't exit until I take full stop loss. Full stop loss is 40 points NASDAQ, 10 points S&P. Unless VIX is above BBB or... market's volatile, then I can use my largest 1-minute candle rule. And then initially when I get in a trade, I'll tell you my stop. I have to hold for full stop. I also have to hold for full profit, which means I have to get at least 1-to-1 trade. I can't just get in and get out. I have to trade at least one E-mini. I can't trade a micro. While I'm in the trade, I can trim. I can add to my leisure to move the cost basis around. And as soon as I pull the plug, the trade's over. I'm allowed to hold a runner. 100,000 real dollars of my money, risking to prove a point to all of you guys that 90% of you guys before y'all met me got scammed by somebody selling you some kind of charting garbage that hasn't made you money. I'm going to prove to you that I don't even get to use my A+ setups, and I'm going to make a ton of money. That's the rule. Or at least not blow up. If I make money, that'd be fantastic. Let me not lie to you. My goal is not to blow up. At least that's the easy goal, because I won't blow up. As a matter of fact, there's a 100% chance I won't blow up. And it might be weird that I can say that with such confidence, but that's confidence. I don't blow up accounts. I never will. I used to before I got good at trading, and since I got good at trading, I haven't blown up an account since. You only blow up if you allow yourself to blow up and you have no discipline whatsoever. I have perfect discipline. When I'm cleaning my gun, I never point it at my face. My face has never been blown off. Say guns are dangerous. You can accidentally shoot yourself. No, you don't. You never do. Unless you're pointing the gun at yourself. So I never do that. It never happens. So my face is still here. I never blow up an account because I don't let myself do it. Blowups aren't liquidating, it's drawdown. Yeah, it's different when it comes down to prop accounts. It's a whole different story. But people go full tilt and they blow up their real accounts because they don't trade the right size and use the proper risk management. So this is an account that's going to support an idea of a book I want to write, which is basically how trading systems are a lie. Most of them are. That in reality, you do all this work using certain trading systems out there to actually lose money. Whereas I'm going to prove that without any system, I mean, I get to use little pieces of rocket scooter like confluence and stuff, but to prove that the most important part of trading is position size, cost basis control, and risk management as far as in stop loss management. That's really all you need to do to master to be good at trading. You can just flip a fucking coin and with great risk management, still maybe not lose money. And a lot of you guys lose money because you're trying too hard to trade with bad risk management. So with bad risk management, you're just accelerating your losses. And the goal is just to prove this. And I want to make a big, statement to, you know, all the gurus out there trying to train trading with their $10,000 mentorships and stuff. Is that this thing, I'm trying to do weird stuff these days to make me famous. Like this guy did this guy did that. He's changing how people think about day trading. That's kind of my goal. I want to create like a huge sort of wave of like enlightenment when it comes to traders. Everybody's focusing on the wrong, like the industry's gotten so weird with like course sellers and stuff that I've never seen a risk management trading course out there, which when people take ours, they like literally say, this is the best thing I've ever taken. And I'm like, well, in reality, Neo, the reason your eyes hurt is because it's the first time you've ever used them. Whoa. First time you've ever actually learned day trade. You might have taken 20 day trading courses, but mine was the only one that actually taught you a little bit of trading because you never learn how to bet in the market. You just learn how to find opportunities on a chart, which is called charting. It's not really called trading. So people are like, dang, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen or done. It's because it's the first day trading class you actually really ever took, when you might have taken hundreds. But what you never knew before was that those weren't day trading classes, because people that are teaching them aren't really successful day traders. They don't know what to teach you. So my goal is to open everyone's eyes to the new thought process, which is the most important thing. And one of these days, I might even make the challenge harder. If this turns out to be too easy, which so far it's pretty fucking easy. It's just inching along. It's inching up, inching down. So we might have to make it tougher on me to maybe make the emotions go high. Maybe if I have to up the contract size to like 2 E-minis or 5 E-minis to really show what happens when shit hits the fan and all that. We might modify the rules to make it harder. But the goal is the most important decision you make in trading is this right here. Quantity. This is everything in trading and poker and whatever. How much you bet based on the hand you have, based on the odds of which you have a success. You have to gauge all of that with your system. If your system is not telling you odds, these are the actual odds, by the way, then what are you even using to gauge your bet? Most of you guys don't even think about it. Oh, I just bet maybe 3 contracts every time or 2 contracts every time. Every time? Oh dear. You get a 2 and a 9. You're gonna bet $1,000. Then you get a jack of spades and a queen of spades. You're also gonna bet $1,000. That doesn't sound like how poker players play. You just do the same thing every time. Ugh. If your trading system is not producing odds of like a back test, right? Then you have no confluence to manipulate those odds, right? Like if this is under perfect all confluence, example here, 90% perfect confluence. I think it's like 74 non-perfect confluence. So if monthly res is less than 0, I'm going to use that number. If monthly res is greater than 0, I'm going to use that number. This number, I'm going to bet really big. This number, I'm going to bet medium, right? This kind of judgment call you make when you play poker. Your odds are better, bet big. Odds are less good, bet small. And if you don't have something that gauges all of that, then you're basically just trading in the dark, rolling dice. And what we train people here to do is to learn how to use confluences to adjust your betting size, and also learn how to do a proper back test to know the odds of success of things that you're doing. Boom, 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 boom. What ticker did you put in a rocket scooter? So if you go down to click the chevron at the bottom of the platform to open up the menu, go to the RI/DD table and all the tickers are listed for you. You type in it exactly like that. Discount on the Rock Scooter platform for spending $7K previously for a membership. Right now, the Rock Scooter lifetime is $2,500. And with all the cool stuff we're ever going to do, ever going to make, it's $1,500 off for Black Friday, which started this week. And everything we ever make or do forever is yours, and Bootcamp is free forever. If you do lifetime. You've been practicing your poker betting size? Hell yeah. I'm telling you, man, that's really the secret. When so many people are just like, I've never taken a day trading class like this before. It's blowing. I've taken 10 years of trying to learn trading. I've never seen anything like this before. Part of that is a testament to, wow, Matt, your stuff is really good. But no. I don't want to take full credit for that. Most of that is a testament that somebody just sifted through 10 years of crap, which is what it is. Every day trading course or video I've ever seen people talk about or show, when I thumb through it briefly, it's a course on charting. Like, you can go to Twitter and just Google like ICT concepts, and all it is charting. And charting is like 10% of the game. Literally 10% of the game. It's the least important part of your trading. Watch. Let me prove you out. Again, not dogging you guys to use ICT concepts. But let me show you. Let me show you what I mean. Like, I'm just going to Google something. I'm going to Google the word ICT concepts, because that's what you see a lot of. And let's just go down and see what the people are teaching, right? Like, nothing ever. Like, you can just scroll through this. Nothing in here is at all mentioned. I know you guys, I know everyone right now, you're like, oh God, what is this, right? Okay, but look at this. Look at all this explained simply, and there's like 6 paragraphs, and 0 of it is risk management, position sizing, nothing. Maybe 5R retest, that's the only thing it talks about. So you could just scroll down, and all of this, it's just charts. There's nothing about betting, nothing about position size, nothing about risk management. It's all like chasing pigeons with a clipboard. Look at this person. Look at this, right? 0. There's literally 0. And so just to prove a point that people are like teaching how to master trading, they're teaching you how to chart. And none of this is day trading. Like, you can go on and on and on and on and on, and you get all this fantastic stuff. Look at this. Something called ICT's turtle soup. Like, all right, well, you know, none of this is explaining trading mechanisms at all. How to bet, where to put your stop, how to size in, how to have confluence, how to adjust your bet based on volatility, nothing. And then there's just all kinds of people selling quote unquote education, but they're not really teaching you a lot. It's like if somebody were trying to teach you basketball and they were selling you a course on how to make the net for the basketball rim, and you're really taking a sewing course. But it's basketball. You look at there's a net and there's a rim, and you're like, this isn't going to help me dunk a ball. So the point I'm saying is that education, this might be the first time you guys ever learned about what risk management actually is, and that's what we teach, and that's what I'm going to practice with this challenge. I'm risking $100,000 of my own money just to prove a point. Do I use order flow? No, sir, Jay. We use gamma exposure tools and arbitrage tools. Rockseater only. Do I know any quant traders? What are my thoughts on them too? I'm not even sure what you mean by a quant trader. These like Hollywood terms for traders kind of like don't really mean much. Describe what you mean by like a quantitative trader, but like what do you consider to be the definition of that, I guess? He's asking if I have an Asian trader. That Big Short. See this guy? His name is Zhang. He's my quant. He won a math tournament in China. Just see my post yesterday. Michael Berry's small short. CNBC said he shorted $912 million worth of Nvidia and Palantir. It really was 9 million. It's like a really small short. The small short. Big Short Part 2, the smaller short. And by the way, he's shutting down Cyan Capital, but they're moving their funds to like a smaller firm or something. ICT is good to look at sometimes. Well, any charting is good to look at. Like not knocking it, but that's not trading, right? This is why I tell people is people that are like, I've been learning stuff for years, but this is the first time I ever thought I learned anything. And people are like, man, Matt, I made $100,000 of payouts since I took your boot camp, which was somebody yesterday. And I'm like, I'm probably the first person that ever showed you how to manage your position size, which is just basic, to me, is basic trading concepts that people are never taught, because people that teach the charting concepts aren't professional traders. They're not any good at trading. They don't know how to do it. That's why they're not good at trading. So for me, teaching you guys how to manage position is the most basic part of trading, but it's so effective. Right out the door, people leave the boot camp and they're like blown away by how helpful it actually was to their trading. And I'm like, I'm the first person that showed you something. ICT works, man. People don't understand. Look at this guy. ICT works, man. And you got people in chat that say stuff like this. Bro, ICT works, man. Not even fucking listening to a word I said. I feel like you guys have cotton in your ears. I didn't say it doesn't work. I said that... I'm having a comment on what you said. You just say anything like that and you get these people fucking, oh, it works. I didn't say it didn't work. Jesus Christ. I said it's not trading, it's charting. That's the point. ICT works, man. All of them, man, people get so defensive. Not saying it doesn't work. You don't even need it. I'm randomly trading and this works. You don't even need anything to work. That's the point of me giving the speech, is talking about my random trading contest. You don't need anything at all. Nothing works. Everything works. All in between. It all works. It all doesn't work. Not the point. I don't care if it works or doesn't. It doesn't make you money, though. Nothing does, except for this. Position size management. That's where the real juice is in trading. I'm saying that people that teach ICT, I just showed you an example. I just pulled something random, not picking on that one style. Nobody that teaches it mentions position sizing, risk management, cost basis management, stop loss management, nothing. That's what trading is. Trading is betting. Trading is how you bet. It's not what the chart says. That's just helping you enter a trade. Okay. Enter a trade, that's one part of it. It's one part of it. And that might work for that part. But where do you exit? Where do you stop? Where do you add? How big is your first trade? Where's your second trade, third trade? Where do you pull the plug? Where's your profit target? What are the odds of success of that particular trade? How do you gauge confluence on that particular trade to adjust your position size? How do you adjust your volatility? Things like that. That's the other 90%, which is what I call trading skills. The first one, yeah, charting skills, entry skills, cool. Anything works in trading skills. You could randomly trade and make money. You don't even need ICT. You don't need anything. I'm randomly trading and making money. So the point I'm saying is that the part is it works, it doesn't work. That doesn't matter. What works on your account level size is how you manage the money. And that's the whole point of the concept of what I'm trying to teach, is that you don't even need anything but risk management, which is 90% of the work. Somebody says, why should we listen to you instead of the gurus online? What proof do I personally have that I'm better? I'm not a hater, just curious. Good question, right? As somebody that requires proof, I like that. Proof is really good. The only thing I can tell you is that you can watch exactly what I'm going to do with this account and then gauge for yourself. And if that's enough proof for you, feel free to stick around and see it. I love that question because I think it's appropriate to ask that kind of question. So Brian, just FYI, if you want some accolades to kind of maybe explain like where I'm coming from. So I've been trading 15 years. This year I've traded in 2 trading competitions and got first place in both of them. This year, my entire team, which is all the people in the stream, is 3rd place in the Global Tradeify Grand Cup competition against every major guru out there that got invited to this. All of their traders are lumped together. We're 3rd place in the world. We've been pretty steady with that. So it means that I do okay. Not going to take so much credit, but I do okay. And it means the people that I train do okay. At least consistent, right? So that's some helpfulness. I've gone live with 3 prop firms. Which is really hard to do. I've taken about $500,000 quote unquote, or $500,000 in prop payouts this year. And I decided to do something stupid and random, which was, hey, let me do a random trading account challenge. So I just go to my checking account and put something small, $100,000 into the account where I won't cry if I blow it up. And when I can say something like something small, that's because I have a whole lot of money from trading. So if that's my accolades for my resume so far, take it or leave it, but stick around and watch the stream. If you can't watch it all the time, just let other people give their testimonials. And I think that's the most important part. I talked about that yesterday. Just let people who've gone through it tell you their experience and let them know. My take is that you shouldn't trust anybody. You're 100% right without proof. And I think that's wonderful that you're asking. Super important to do so. Yeah. Which is absolutely like what I want you guys to do when it comes to anybody trying to sell you anything. I think that's appropriate. It's what you're supposed to do. And so the accomplishments shouldn't really tell you much, but you ask for them. In reality, the most important thing that I think I do is explain what I'm doing while I'm doing it. And then you can kind of gauge expertise or lack thereof by just watching me do something and seeing if what I tell you I'm going to do, how I execute it, and how well it works or doesn't work. You know, you can see it for yourself. So that's kind of the point of the contest. The point of the contest is just to emphasize in a really elaborate way that risk management is very important. And this is purely a risk management trading competition that I'm giving myself. And so that's really important. But yeah, I would say in general, any trading system works. That's the best part. When people are like, ICT works, you know, RSI works, VWAPs work, bull flags work. They all work. Opening range breakout works. They all work the same or don't work the same. I don't know. They don't actually work. You're the one that does the work. All right, we open in 1 minute, guys. I am predispositioned to see the short trade. I took the short trade overnight. I just closed out. A random trading challenge commences at 9:56. I'm forced to make a trade. Then I've closed out all my shorts right here because we are at lower monthly hedge pressure. My actual targets, if today is a big sell-off flush day, are to go to half gap. And that's kind of what I'm looking at to start off. Now, yeah, Farina's our mod with an iron fist. She has 2 iron. She has 3 iron fists. She's good peeps to know, though. The mods aren't rude. They're just direct. They're like me. People misunderstand me till they get to know me. Some people are like, Matt is intolerable, piece of shit, asshole kind of guy. And I'm like, bro, I'm like 2 toes onto the fucking Asperger's spectrum here. Like I have enough social skills to like throw a party and blend in with society. But dude, I'm kind of like direct and weird, and I just say it like it is, and I don't know I'm offending you when I'm offending you. I was just born that way. So sometimes I might seem like I'm just like a dickhead. You know, like I'm like 2 parts out of 10 Elon, just direct weirdness. Say it like it is. But social enough to like have empathy and feelings and blend in with society. Sometimes I'm just too direct for my own good. And I feel like I'm just giving people the information. They're like, yeah, but you can't say that. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not like that bad, but sometimes I just talk too direct to people. Ass burgers. All right, we got lower DD band coming up here. We've got resilience is negative across the board as expected. Half gap is resistance. Oh boy, this is good. 92% of days do close above green, and we have liquidity pocket down here. This is not going to be a crash day, but this is going to be a sell-off day. We are going to probably bounce around. So what we have here is EST liquidity pocket every single time. S&P. Let's see if we can't try something here. We got all the good setups. Resilience is actually positive S&P. Okay. Let's try something here. We can grab some longs on S&P really quick. All right, grabbing EST, S&P bear zone top, DD ratio 0.7. Good enough with positive res to maybe hopefully rally from here. We'll see what we get. This market is selling pretty damn hard though. Let's hope that resilience holds. It'd be really fucking nice. Liquidity pockets, I take bears on top, bulls on bottom every time with the proper confluence. It is trying to sell hard, but at minimum to bull zone would be nice. To half gap would be nice. We are below yellow lines, so this is going to have a lot of selling pressure. But we do have 92% hold here. We have another 90%er hold here. So if it does sell off, it's going to be a huge choppy fight on the way down. So we'll see. Let her ride. These resiliences look really bad on NASDAQ though. So play today for me is longing from here to there. There to there with positive res. If we break, then we bounce, then we fill the gap. Oh my gosh, this could be actually a big day. Let's see. Let me redraw that. Hold on. As long as this white line is positive, NASDAQ, hopefully that one's positive. Positive res is moved to there. And to there on res. In pocket, it's not a straight shot since we open in the pocket. If we support here, which is probably going to try to dive out and overshoot. There to there's a trade, number one. Number two is if it breaks through, it comes down to there. Number three is from there to there is a trade. With all the conditions being DD ratio greater than half, resilience is good, all the confluences are good. This is a normal trade. So the one account I am trading it, I'm hitting it pretty hard. I'm not trading this in all of my accounts, just a couple of evals and one of my serious accounts. So keeping it light. I'm going to add right on this little tap again. VIX is above triple B, so we are going to allow some overshoots here, so just be careful. NASDAQ's tapping this right here. Let this one ride. Around the edge. If it bounces here, that's the trade I'm looking for. If we lose this with a 10-point stop, pretty simple. That is the allowed volatility here. I won't be doing anything. So if it doesn't bounce here, we're going to sell off really hard today. So keep your eyes peeled on that one. 42 down to 32 is about where that stop will be, and losing liquidity pocket will be kind of scary. So if we lose that, then market's going to definitely sell off. Resilience is good enough though for hopefully this holds. If it does sell off a little bit and reclaims, I'm back in. If I do stop, one trade on the reclaim, which just means reclaim. If we reclaim 68.42, it's a long. Until then, there is no long entries down in here. On reclaim. This is a little bit of a sell the news event because of the Congress, the House voting in the bill to open the government back up. As expected. (92% of days close above green, only 8% close down here. EST every single time NASDAQ. Where is that here? All right, let me grab one small trade here. One of my accounts. Right on bear zone top. Be careful, this isn't the crash day today. So only attempt to long will be here. Down in here, there is no long play down in here. And right here below this, there is no long play either except for the half gap support. So my first thought is this to there. This to there, probably close out on a scalp. If it rejects, it falls to there. I might be willing to take a DD band play. Maybe to short side, we'll see. My suspicion last night was we were going to flush down to half gap. So I still take the scalps on the way down. See if we can get something nice there. I've got the random trading trading time at 9:56. So I've got 18 minutes. So I got to do something. Breaking yellow usually is a really nasty selling point. So be very careful down here. Holding on to this dip here in NASDAQ. Market's irrational, small trades only. That's brutal. So on the random trading challenge, I might be forced to short on pops. So we're down in here. That'll be what I'll be forced to probably do. VIX has gone through triple B. Big old sell-off day. Easy to see that. Half gap coming right up, right down in here. Nice and tidy on that. Only 8% of days break through green. 10% of days break through the light gray. EST every single time. Even when irrational, man, I'm going to take the bet. The way that it's selling off, though, I don't have the most amount of faith in this. But no. We're going to have the flush. It's probably going to flush and reclaim. So this is what I'm thinking. Flush. Yeah, this is what I think. S&P lower DD band, that's probably where we're going to land. Yes. Howdy. Whoa, thank you. Man, I'm such a sucker for buying like stuff off Instagram. So, I get beef jerky for breakfast. Whole ass egg. Aren't all eggs ass eggs? Kind of, well, not really ass eggs. Well, technically not anatomically correct. Eggs don't come out of the ass, but they come out of the back posterior. What's up, boy? What's up, dude? Oh, okay. What are we gonna do? Okay. Excellent, excellent. So let me zoom in and draw on the other trade events. So we're not gonna get the reclaim trade just yet. That'll be later. The one now, lower DD band is always a play. There. And let me scoot this up a little bit so we can see this. My random long trade is going to have to be long off of this. So here to there, if we reclaim there to there, and then it's sort of random from there. So my thoughts are bounce here, up to there, back down to there. I think this is what the setup's going to look like today. Hit this and overshoot like that. What a beautiful little bounce there. What AI program do I use? People use Suno to make that music. I almost wish I didn't close my short out there. We're at half gap now. Will that ever shoot? DD band S&P tapped. All right, adding to my longs here. Playing just this range. Just to scalp it back up off that hold. It's going to be a little volatile. It might have a big fuck you candle in a second, so we're going to be a little cautious here. I kind of want the market to die today, though. I don't know. What do y'all think? So here, my big account, I was just in like 3 and I closed down. And then now I'm entering one more time here. And now I'm tapping it with some evals. kind of risky, which is how I'm just doing evals.
Scooter slow. Will we bounce? Nobody knows. Greater market starts to turn. Even pickle.
Oh god, that was so perfect on half cap. And red line, same spot. Make sure you guys get your oops. All right. Oh god, that would be with the resilience positive on the S&P. Man, that'll be pretty nice. Let's double check Nvidia because I know that shit just sells off when Nvidia sells off. So stupid. Apple's alright. Here. APM. What I'm looking for. Internet down? What? Secure connection failed. What? Close that down. Check that again. The spider website is down. Well. Whoosh fan on the screen. DD ratio is pretty good. Let's double check monthly maps over here. Oh yeah, we're very good and bullish. Nothing bad there. Nasdaq kind of sucks though. We have to get above 368 for the bigger bear zone. If this is bear market, we're gonna lose 368. Greater bull, you want to jump into the liquidity pocket on the bigger term. We need to make our way kind of like above here today to rescue this market. So QQQ as usual in a shitty spot with Nasdaq looking worse than the S&P. Tech's getting a lot of heat today. We have VIX kind of on the problematic side of a contango midpoint. So the market's about to speed up its volatility and VVIX is 106. This is not good today. This market's going to whipsaw around all over the place. But, you know, I'm going to take the bet anyways. I feel like catching knives today.
Hi, my name is Dave, and I caught the dip again. I thought it was the low. It was just another wick. Saw it on the 5-minute
heart skipped a beat.
Formed a little hammer,
Look kind of neat.
No confirmation, no real bias.
Man, this selling pressure is heavy. I can feel in the order flow. Bro, let's go. Should have waited for the MHP. I gotta make a trade in 5 minutes. Oh, maybe I'll be at liquidity pocket in 5 minutes. That'd be great. S&P resilience is good. That's good to reclaim all of this, man. Holy shit. Let this reclaim all the way to the top would be nice. But I don't know if it's going to. That's the tough part. This is bad. This is bad below 36. So just keep in mind. Bad. We need to get above it. It whispered lies. Twitter told me buy the dip. I grabbed 10 contracts. Yeah, good shit. I just made $10,000 in one of my world record accounts, and I just closed that shit out.
By the market's blade, another low, another fade support is fake. My will is thin, but this next one's got a win.
Let me let it reclaim. I'll trade it one more time.
Welcome to Knife Catchers Anonymous. Our dreams are bold, our risk preposterous. We fight the flow, ignore the sign.
EST every single time right now.
When we cross the line,
I had one casualty.
my soul is to accounts in drawdown deja.
Flatten everything out just there on that trade. I'm gonna let it reset. EST every single time. I can jump in on this trade right here, but we are below DD band, so I'm gonna have to trade it very small. EST NASDAQ. I am contemplating how I'm gonna do this. I should just be holding on.
And I caught.
I usually only take the next pivot. I'm gonna let it wait, let it touch, try one more time. Again. 292. Let's let it tap. This is EST. Back above here to here. Actually, that should probably hold a runner on this. But the reason I close out, because we are below yellow line, there's an interrupt. So remember, EST, yes, but interrupt in the way. It's bad if below. So I took what I can get, and I'm out. I'm out. Technically speaking, I can bet that it breaks. I want to get back above the yellow, and then I'll trust this. So what I'm doing right now is the idea that by proxy, we are right here. So I fully flatten everything out. I don't want to take the EST here because we've got this in the way. That's a huge, strong resistance pivot. So let's be safe. I'm going to be safe today and let it reclaim and go. 4 minutes left. I know, dude, I got to make a trade. I don't know what I want to do. I guess I'll take the long. That's the opportunity there. I don't know, man. Let's let that clock turn faster. Man, I love that song. All right. Bad for low. So the goal today is, let's let by proxy ES. We need to reclaim here. I want to reclaim. So I would have held on if we didn't have the stupid yellow line in the way. I could just back hold one contract to the long side and just hold it up. God, man. I would have to short this, man. All right, 56. Let's take it. Ah. Oh, God. All right, I got to take a bet. I know I hate doing this bet right here, though. You'd add this on your Spotify? Dude, I listen to this song all the freaking time. I know this is tough because it's like I'm stuck. I'm forced to make the trade. I don't think the long is the better trade, though. With this yellow line being here. I might actually take a loss here today. This is risky from here to take the EST bet with S&P below. Like, we have strong resistance right here. I love this song so much. We kind of have a sluggish little spot right here. I got a few announcements, by the way. Hold on 1 second here. Not the strongest play right here. Below it's not really that good if below yellow line, which kind of sucks for this long trade. We are below DD band, so I'm going to keep it light. I might add one more if we break through it. This song is like perpetually wanting to be on my playlist. I can listen to this song like 1,000 times a week. It's going to be very violent from here. That's the one problem. Yeah. What kind of computer did you get, Slump? Draw a whoosh fan, please. As much as I want to, man, I honestly feel like this is going to sell off. I still feel it, but we'll see. The volatility is going to pick up from here like crazy. We want a little bit of whoosh fan, but it's tough. I'm fully flat in all my fund and X accounts. I haven't touched them. I'm in the trade. I'm forced to enter, which kind of sucks. I'm going to hold through the chop and volatility here and just take a stop if I take it. There's nothing else I can do. The random trade challenge is making me trade at 956. So random selection. The opportunity is to the upside, which is the only reason I'm taking it. The name of the song, Unmasking Smart Money. So it's bad if below yellow line. It's really bad if below. This can cause some really nastiness. And again, I'm just going to hold through it today. My one stop loss I could take, which would be 40 points. The market is volatile enough to have all kinds of effects here. I'm going to stop right there if I do lose. See, this is what I drew earlier, if you guys remember. That was pretty on point. Now I'm forced to take a second trade. In reality, I would rather wait for this reclaim. So I pretty much nailed the trades today, which is good. But the random trade is forcing me in at a spot I would never be trading at that easily. I would never long into such a tight resistance. I would wait for the reclaim. So the goal is today is I would rather wait for that, which is why I'm not adding to the position just yet. I'm going to hold through some of this drawdown. So the random trading challenge forces me to make a trade at a random time ChatGPT chooses, so I can use my best guess of anything. The market's volatile. We will experience a lot of volatility. If we close below 275, this market's collapsing. Nasdaq needs to reclaim this 368 level by tomorrow, or we've turned into a bear market, at least on the monthly maps. So this one, I'm going to have to see what I'm going to do on this one. Let's play some more tunes, baby. Not the big fan of this trade. I know the random trading challenge today is not delivering a good one. My only option was the EST long. So today I am going to cross my fingers. You guys have written some pretty good songs. Let's listen to some of the newer ones.
Chart light flickers, I'm wide eyes twitching. 38-2 got me thinking about my next mission. Retracing the pain, profits and repetition. Golden ratio, that's my premonition. Fib lines glow, I ride that flow. Levels hold strong, let the candle show. From 0 to 100 miles. It's still kind of fighting here. I'm gonna bet that we don't turn bearish in this market. This was just the low test. Slash patience is profit. I'm playing the zone. Fib lines divine, carved in stone. From losses I've grown, precision honed. Now I call the market my throne.
That's interesting. Oh, it's only a minute long. Oh, I was actually liking it. Okay, so we have some rip and tear, drop the beat. I want to be banned by Simon Dean.
There's a man named Simon Dean. Simon Dean is a friend to me.
Is he? All right, guys, quickly, some announcements.
I wanna be banned
Don't piss off Simon Dean. He'll ban you. So today, we have an announcement. So ETF's having a Beat the Beast competition, as they like to do every once in a while. Beat the Beast is actually... Let me get the info for it. Trying to get more info about it. I tweeted about it. Let me check really quick. So you get up to 3 free 10K statics if you double your profit target on a 25K beginner static eval, which right now it's 65% off at ETF. So 65% off ETF statics, which is a really great deal. Anytime those are more than like 50% off, statics are a fantastic choice. They're the easiest prop accounts to pass compared to like trailing drawdowns or end of the day drawdowns. To beat the beast, there'll give you a bunch of prizes. If you get half your profit target on a 25K, code Rocket Scooter gives you 65% off. They'll give you free 10K static. 3 of them, you can earn up to 3 if you double your profit target. Let's go to the Discord for more info about that. And don't get banned by Simon Dean on the way out. Tradeify is a 40% off flash sale going on right now for their growth. You got your daily payouts now for your Flex add-on for Scale with My Funded Futures. You can get daily payouts. They've modified the Scale plan and funded with that Flex plan to be trailing drawdown for the daily payouts. Look at that! I held through it. Apex is 70% off. Run it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Res positive on both. Let's hold it. Wait for the reclaim. That's pretty sexy. The random challenge paying out again. Can I send the link to the website? My website? And don't get banned by Simon Dean because he rules with an iron fist. All of our mods are going to get songs. Farina has one. Simon Dean has one. Let's go. That's the link to our website. There's also a part 2. I like how it sounds like a college fight song. We have reclaimed here. Now we're about to go EST S&P. I don't know if, that is my 40 points. Should I hold through it? Let's just hold through it. What's the blue line on Nasdaq say? Oh, it's overlapping. All it tells you is that if it's support or resistance. Right now, it does say it's resistance, but it's overlapping with the it's overlapping with the bear zone. We have these. Let me make a note of this on my team. We had a patch to fix this. I don't think he picked it up though. Hold on. To the list when stack the text vertically. All right, just updating, working on saving drawing templates. Hope to complete by Friday. Cool. So our developers are gonna complete the drawing templates by Friday. So saving your drawing templates would be really nice. I guess I'll just hold through it. I don't know. We did reclaim, which is good. We did reclaim, which is good. Should I just like add to it? Resilience improving. Unmasking smart money. shining true and bright. So I long from there to there, close out, just waited. Now we've reclaimed. My question is, should I take it bigger in some of my other bigger accounts? I'm just going to trade. I'm adding to the position here on the reclaim test of DD band. Let me scoot this down a little bit. So we can see the new play. 92% of days will hold above that green line. Just like I said, this is Rocket Scooter Classic. 92% of days will hold above this green line. 8% below. Hopefully through here. And again, we have nothing but target to there. With positive res, this can go all the way back up to the top, which is good. I probably should do 3 instead of 2. I like the odds here, but again, risky. And I'll lose, you know, a standard 40-point fair down below in the bear zone if I'm wrong. Up 2,000, let's go. This is pretty textbook stuff. This one is pretty easy. Setup is easy. I mean, like it's just a pretty straightforward DD band long EST bounce all the way up to here. Now I'm up 3,000. Let's go. Where's the songs though? Hold on. Where's the song submission channel? Simon Dean was like, where is my song? And he got 2 of them. All right, so this is the wait for reclaim. That was this earlier. Now our EST S&P with positive res. It's going to go all the way up to the top to fill the gap, hopefully. Let's, God, I just want to put some balance into this, man. Do I want to hit this with like 10?
Flick a CME side set precise. Eyes on the prize, sniper in disguise. Hit sharp, James Bond, wealth multiply. Midas touch, fingers gold spin. Precision in the craft, my money flowing in. Charts and graphs, take a sing him from.
Let's add some Nasdaqs here. One of my fun and next on the hold.
Profits take flight. Liquidity maps glowing through the fight.
Okay, I got in one of my fund and next. I added to one of the big accounts just 5 S&P contracts. Now the new Woosh fan. All right. So you have liquidity pocket from here to here, at least is the trade. The question is, do I just hold through it because res is positive to fill the gap? Bro, this might be the best fucking trade of the day. A gap fill on this? Are you kidding me? Oh, that'd be fantastic. Random trade. Luckily, I got the liquidity pocket off of that. Pass in 10 days or fail. So that's one of their products is called Fast Track. So the thing is it's cheaper, but they put a stopwatch on it. So it's cheaper, but if you don't beat the clock, then you fail. So the goal is like with the stopwatch, you just have to kind of take the whole take that whole thing into consideration. It's called the Fast Track. That's a good song. Sir Darb has a hedge pressure highway. Let's check it out. Do we fill the gap? If we reclaim 491, we got an RB set up. It should be great. 625 NASDAQ, 76 S&P. This is going to fight here for like an hour in the liquidity pocket, but we'll see. Resiliences are fine and dandy, dude. That's what I like. Let's see if we can't rally this all the way up to highs today and tomorrow. London highs become? Yeah, I think so. I think the first resistance will be, it's gonna, when it taps half gap in a second, it's gonna do this and then go. Dude, we're like just fucking reading this like a book. 5,000 bucks. I'll take 5%. Let me trim down to one contract on that. Let a runner ride. That's pretty good.
Liquidity pockets pop in the black. Flames on the screen, can't turn back.
Woo, baby.
Resilience rolling.
I love when everything works out.
EST approaching.
Drop the 3 down to 1.
Pressure highway. Rolling like a freight train flame. Pressure highway.
Where are the haters now? There aren't that many. When you do well, when you do good at, when you're great at trading, you don't get a lot of them. It's hard to. It's hard to say. It's hard to find something bad to say. And you can just watch it. There's that tap. Glad I took a runner there. Second entry.
Hold the line when the pressure's burning. Feel that fire when the tide starts turning. Every bounce, every break we ride, 'cause the scooter's on our side.
Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, bum.
Rolling like a freight train flame. Hedge pressure highway. Nothing's ever gonna trade the same. Hedge pressure highway. Shut on fire. Can't look away. Hedge pressure highway. Scooter rules the road today. Hedge pressure highway.
I like that song. It's pretty good. All right, how are we doing down here? It's gonna be a little volatile now, so don't sleep on this. I'm gonna hold through the chop. That's why I trimmed down to a runner. That's a good song.
Come on, market, drop down and tap my A plus.
Oh, that's funny.
Come on, market, drop down and tap my A plus. Come on, market, you looking like you hate us. Hey, market, you looking pretty mad. I would still go along, I love you to the end, but I am not your friend. I just want you to drop down and tap my A.
This is Mike's song. Tap my A plus.
Come on, market, drop down and tap my A plus. Come on, market, drop down and tap my A plus. Come on, market, drop down and tap my A plus.
That's what it's doing right now. Tap my A plus.
Tap my A plus. This price actions is looking pretty heinous. Time on my side, this shit is trying to bait us. Come on, market, drop down and tap my A plus. Come on, market, drop down and tap my A plus. Bears on the bull zone, kinda juicy like a cow zone. Out alone, but res is pretty weak. Go please, market, won't you get
Right, res has dropped below 0 though. Be careful here on the selling pressure there. This is a change up, so this is not that good from here. Let's close my runner. Or hold through it. Dynamics have just shifted, you guys, so be very careful. Wow. Res just went negative, which is the confluence we kind of needed. Glad I trimmed down to a runner there just to hang on, see what happens. That was an interesting song. Let's get it. Can we get the same thing again? Oh, Res is dying on Nasdaq again. Oh, no good. No good. Boo. Reclaim one more time would be kind of nice. Yeah, so the white line went below 0, so that was all the power that we needed to get that same setup. Let me erase this because that's possibly not going to happen anymore. That was a definite change up. So let's just see. We're flip-flopping. It's not that bad, and I'm still hanging on, but we'll see what we get out of this one. I was a little excited. Y'all have a nose-picking song? I was really excited about seeing this recover. A nose-picking song. Dig deep, baby, dig deep. Treasures hide and it don't come cheap. Dig deep, baby, dig deep. Ain't no shame in the booger sweep. You say it's gross, I say it's bold. Reaching for nuggets. All right, come on, let's get that bounce today. One more time. This is the Nasdaq's bear zone top on the monthly map here. Dig deep, baby, dig deep. Treasures hide and it don't come cheap. Dig deep, baby, dig deep. Ain't no shame in the booger sweep. Dig deep, baby, dig deep. Treasures hide and it don't come cheap. Dig deep, baby, dig deep. Ain't no shame in the booger sweep. How bad is Res? It's not that bad in S&P. It's just bad in Nasdaq. So Nasdaq took a little bit of selling pressure here. God, if we lose DD band and we sell off today, that'd be kind of tragic. But I'm adding to my position, so we should be all right. Let me add a 2 spot here. I'll risk it and do a little bit heavier. Right on that dip. Just maybe have a smaller position there. Conditions are better again, so that's good. Let's see what happens. Not investment advice. For real. Coffee's cold, charts already talking. Rocket scooter humming, no time for walking. Price hit the dip, bear zones calling my name. I'm licking lips, timing it just right. With a deep pocket staring like a loaded gun. Bulls on gap above it, here I come. You get lucky to get that second trade twice would be nice. Same roof, same trap. Scooters twitching. Give me that map. Wallace growling. Feed me stash. Pocket full of greenbacks. Pocket full of greenbacks. Scooter riding through the gaps. Dip the bull, boat a deal, motor tab, let it rip. Greenbacks, greenbacks. Yeehaw. Got 2 really strong pivots here, so I'm not letting the red candle scare me. Although it's looking like it's trying to flush. But I'm gonna trust the structure. P&L singing, keep it rolling. Pocket full of greenbacks. Pocket full of greenbacks. Scooter riding through the gaps. Dip the bull, boat a deal, motor tail,
watch it gleam. Pocket full of greenbacks. Pocket full of greenbacks. Scooter riding through the gap. Did the bull, the deal, motor tab, let it rip. Greenbacks, greenbacks. Yeehaw! Rake and reset. Feel the sack. Scooter full of greenbacks.
Flip-flopping on res there. Let's see what's going on. Let's try to find out what's going on down here. Nvidia just tanking. That's a big part of it. Apple right on the edge. That's what's really causing this. Amazon's good. Microsoft good. Meta good-ish. Apple on the edge here. Man, this sucks. Fucking Nvidia, dude. Every single day. You know. Last 2 weeks, Nvidia's just been like shitting the bed, man. No matter how much rotation happens, Nvidia's just been like calling the shots. We just got a flip-flop as well on VIX, so this is trying to turning bad again. I was excited to see this create like a bigger V up, but I don't know, man. This is starting to scare me a little bit. Conditions just flip-flop to possible crash day again. We're sitting literally on the edge. Nasdaq needs to hold this area by today or the structure's flipped. And the VIX is responding to that very quickly right now. You can see that the VIX is going up above our key levels. I'm going to still bet on the structure. So let's bet that we're not flipping to bear market. Or I'm gonna bet y'all can. I think some of you guys are shorting, so y'all are totally welcome to take my money from me if the long side doesn't pan out.
Charts hum loud, lightning in my hands, rocket scooter gleam, cut into the lands, every tick a heartbeat, fortune expands, market moves whisper, stick to the plans, they trade velocity, rhythm in code, CME symphony, cash overflow, sniper precision, no need to reload, profit in motion, watch the story unfold, liquidity maps glow, pulse of the storm, pressure builds heavy, charts transform, every set of fire, perfection a norm, stacking that
EST long, hopefully get it.
Untouchable vibe, can't slow this run, momentum burning hotter than the sun, infinite gain, the streak's begun, we don't fold. We rise
a little over response to some Nvidia selling, that's it.
Digits to dollars, that's all I know.
So you can load the sector tracker up again.
Every bar sings when the candles glow. No luck here, it's science and art. Reading the polls, precision chart. Gaming control, I play my part. Market in motion.
Our utilities are kind of getting hammered today too. Utility stack. A lot of red. A lot of red today.
Every dip tested, new ground found. Numbers in motion, destiny crowned. Fortune in sight, never chase the flame. Patience, the weapon, control the game.
Man, I was so excited to see this be a support pivot. I don't want to see a bear market. We can't hold. We can't lose 360 today. To wake up tomorrow, trading bearish monthly map is never fun. Those days really suck. These transition days. If we lose this, it's like bear market territory for the next week. Like this is longer term bear market. Longer term bear market. The random challenge, I'm still holding on to the position. Betting on structure. Longer term bear market is here. This is bull. Like this is the edge. Oh, so excited with positive res. Everything looked good for like a hot minute. Everything was so perfect. Perfect for like a hot minute. Perfect for like 40 points on the S&P. Let's see if we can get it back. I don't know. It's on the edge of collapse right now. This is the edge again. They close out this whole freaking trade with no profit. The random challenge, unfortunately, I have to stay in if I want to keep trading it. So I got to hold something. I got out of my 3 here. I had a runner. I added 1 here. I did not add 1 to here yet. I'm going to gauge it to see if I want to add 1 or not. This is pretty bad if we lose this. Was already under that, but you can when you have volatility, you can overshoot, which is fine. That's pretty much what you can expect as it's testing to overshoot, overshoot, overshoot. We just had at this high, man, people were jumping in and selling a lot of the stocks. So I'm gonna bet on the longer term bull structure though. Question becomes, how much risk do I want to take? Do I want to run the same trade with the 3 spot? The conditions improve here. From the last time, they did not. Like, conditions are worse. The first time we got here, it was like -16. Now it's -28. So here to here, these conditions are worse than they were here, which is not the best. Watch me actually go red on this trade. It was up 4 grand, back to 0. Random trading challenge though. I gotta stay in the trade if I want to capitalize on the bigger run. I don't get a chance to get in, get out, get in, get out. I gotta hold on to something. All right. Don't die today, market. Nobody wants to see a bear market. That hourly candle went nuts. That hourly candle, that hourly reversal. We're still trading right above key pivots today. And that's it. Once we lose, the market's done. Oh, all right. Now I'm down on this trade. Boo! Okay, might as well just think about how I'm gonna handle this one. That was unexpected, you guys. Very unexpected. Just out of the blue. Reversal there. Not so good. Red line here. Nasdaq tapping. That's the one place it can do something from. Now the question becomes, do I want to actually add to it here? Or wait for the reclaim? I'll set myself to lose about 3K on this trade. Which would be about down in here. How fun that journey was, right? At least I added here, I didn't add there yet. I'm waiting to see if it reclaims one more time, and I'll jump back in. Downside targets would basically be to fill the gap. So we'd have a lot of room. I don't think we're gonna go any lower than this though. I don't think we are. Unless I'm just completely reading this market wrong. 206 on NASDAQ is about where that sort of next yellow line is. S&P 62. Way down here. So on S&P, if we break here, it goes down to there. That's the gap fill all down in there. But God, what a weird day. Something about this reminds me of other bull days that have kind of tested that particular selling pressure. On Honestly, I think it holds. We'll see what we get. It's trying to hold. I don't think we lose it. I could be wrong. Nasdaq is tapping into that lower bear market territory. That's the thing. Tech is dumping enough today to create that, especially Nvidia. The problem is Nvidia has no support. Why Nvidia gotta suck like that? That whole tech bubble FUD being spread around is scaring a lot of people. How far down do I want to hold this to route? Right on that half gap. Problem is, it can bounce all the way to there and turn around. Are we going to fill that gap today? Don't want to take some risk here. I bet the half gap holds. I think it holds by the end of the day. I'm not sure how much drawdown I would take. Erase the whoosh fan. Whoosh fan let us down today. Got a little over eager. Thinking this was going to reverse as quick as it would have. We have DD band here on S&P, which is the bounce, one of the bounce points. We've got kind of RB set up below. Remember, below yellow is pretty bad. Like very bad for the day. Market gets okay up there. Do I want to add on the overshoot of DD band? I could trade some S&P here. I'm gonna add a 3 spot on S&P for DD band trade, and just hold on to the bag holding Nasdaq. Let's see what we get. Come on, S&P, don't let us down. This is my last attempt, though, at this one. Well, that would have been so nice had it rallied. Oh my gosh, that would have been great. This one's going to turn into about a 5K loss if I end up being wrong. But the problem is that if I have to stop out, I won't get a chance at trading the reclaim, which is my normal trading strategy. So if we lose DD band, I stop out, then I have to take the loss and I can't trade again until the dice rolls again. Which kind of sucks. Let's hang on to that S&P. was so nice this morning. I was so tight. We got all excited, man. All conditions looked good. And that's just genuine selling right there. So basically, there are people trying to get out of this market. And even in bull, everything's nice, everything's steady. People are just like, fuck it, we're dumping. And nothing really could have predicted that, at least to this degree. This should have held, you know, and stayed inside of here, which is where it wanted to be. But somebody's liquidating something against all greater structure of this market. So this can get pretty gross. Man. We can trim that NASDAQ out. That's a pretty shitty sort of. My NASDAQ I'm holding right down to here. I'll probably pull the plug on a. God, I allow myself 10 points on S&P. That's 1,500 down on this. NASDAQ. Let me trim down to 1 on the NASDAQ. Just focus on S&P here. Volatility stuff, because you do have to hold through a lot of drawdown to get a lot of play off of it. So that's the sad part about VIX above triple B. Normally gets like this sometimes. Was below ES? Nothing but here. So if we crash to 68.14, it's like 60 points a drop. So I think we're all right. Okay there, very bad there. How exciting it was to see like a nice freaking dip to buy. I got the short trade last night. Just been up and down, getting chopped out. We hate getting chopped out. I'm not allowed to open ES. I can add, I'm still in the NASDAQ trade. I can still add to my position. I can choose any contract I want. I'm still in the long NASDAQ. The rules are I'm allowed to add at my discretion as long as I'm still engaged in the trade. Franco, what are you talking about? It's real. It's allowed in the rules. Rule number 1, random time. Rule number 2, I can pick long or short. Rule number 3, I can add at any point. Rule number 4, I can trim at any point. Don't you think it should be one commodity? No, you think it should be one commodity. You're inventing rules on the spot that don't make any sense. That's not the rules we picked. Yeah. So the rules that we picked are I could get it. So about 5K is about the total loss if I lose this trade. Yeah. That sucks. As good as that looked today, man, I was so excited about that. All right. I've got 10 points on 68.16 is my stop right about here at about 68.04. I'll give it a little bit extra juice because of the extra volatility, and I'll just close out with the loss. What a shit sort of... Does this account for the biggest payout? No, this is a random trading challenge that the market's randomly choosing trades for me. I have to make my best judgment call in this random market. Let's hold that DD band. That would be nice. Let me draw like cat active blind on NASDAQ. Sometimes this just happens. Where is that from? Oh, it's honey, we're there. This is right on the edge where I'll just pull the plug on this whole thing. Let's see if it's 210. 209.75. Minus 286. Yep. Man, that sucks. I'm gonna hang on to that one NASDAQ and then I'll close it out. Man, that really sucks. As great as that trade freaking was, my account started 100K. Now it's almost back down to 100K. These kind of bullshit. I'm gonna hang on to it just in case that volatility gets back up and I'll jump back in on the reclaim. How stupid of a day today. Markets are doing great and all of a sudden they just reverse mid-stride when all conditions look good. Sometimes you just get your face pummeled sometimes. I still want to hang on so I can grab the reclaim. That's why I'm still in a position. According to the rules. If we get back to DD band, I'm going to pile back in on this freaking trade and work it back up. Did I hit profit target in the challenge? Why was the trade not closed? Because I can still hold on to a trade. You guys, okay, so let me tell you the rules one more time since y'all aren't getting it. I can long inside the time window. I can short inside the time window. I just got to trade inside the time window. At full profit target or full stop is the only time I'm allowed to close a trade. But allowed, like an option. I don't have to close the trade. I can bag hold to 0. I can add to the trade or hold through the profit target. I have to get at least 1-to-1 before I close out so I don't close out early. Yeah. Can I please give you one My Fund and Futures eval? You'll pay me back? Pay me back before. What the fuck? Bro, you ain't got $100 to your name. You shouldn't be day trading. This ain't a place for people in your economic situation. This will only create financial ruin for you. This fucking day, dude. And I know I'm taking drawdown and I'm gonna do it. Just because I need to be in a position to get the trade that I really, really, really want, which is hedge pressure. We had hedge pressure, we turn on, we bounce. That's it, that's the one. I still believe in it. I'm still a believer. Maybe the challenge would be better if you traded more like your other normal trades? No, the challenge is to prove risk management. The challenge is to just prove a point. Sometimes this kind of day just happens. I held on to a runner just to see if I got the big rally up, but this kind of day happens, no big deal. It's definitely within the tolerance of what I want to do. The problem becomes the way I would normally trade is that I would have stopped out here. And then entered again here. This is the actual enter I want. This one right here. So I'm forced to kind of hold on to a trade because that way, when I get to the real trade that I want, the really good one, I can get in pretty heavy and then bring this back up. So, yeah. With all due respect, this is the opposite of risk management for most people. I don't think you need to be teaching me anything about risk management, though. This is all within the allowed limits of what I'm allowing myself on the trade. What you mean to say is you're just blindly aping into what a stranger online is doing and you're losing money. Which you shouldn't be doing that. This is exactly risk management. This is just, you guys just don't ever see me take many losing days, right? It's kind of rare. Swallow with intolerance. I'm allowing myself $5,000-$6,000 of drawdown on this one. Just because the market's very volatile, but the opportunity is very good for the recovery. This is this is me doing something to prove risk management. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. One thing you guys have to also understand is that you trading evals and prop accounts right now is not the same thing as a real account. The way I trade a real account is not how I trade props and evals. I've got $100,000. The account is still green. I'm allowing myself to take some heat because it's well within the range of what I'm willing to do. As far as like wanting to take a trade throughout all of this, in a prop account, you guys can't trade like this. You can't like, what I would do in a prop account is I would long in some evals, long in some evals, long in some evals, and split up the risk. Instead, in a real account, I can just long a contract, long a contract, long a contract. I'm going to play the whole range, and it's well within the limits of what I'm absolutely okay with trading. What a lot of people are thinking, and probably you're thinking is, you know, you're blowing up evals or something, trying to mimic this. You can't do what you do in evals, but you can do over here. So we are right on the edge of my next setup. So because of that, I chose to take the S&P trade here. Then I closed out there. And then now I'm going to choose to take one final trade on NASDAQ here. And that's it. If we lose that, I'm done. But I'm still going to take the trade because, I mean, the account is still green for the week. And while I did get kind of stopped out, I don't get another entry until the end of the day, and I might miss out on the A+ sort of setup. Now, a cat is active, so I shouldn't be trading a lot. But my bet will be that we bounce here, we recover the cat, and we hold. So my thought is today, I'm going to take one more trade here. I'm going to let it overshoot first. Let it reclaim, and if it does, I'm going to add to the position here. Break even there. The challenge should include use of hard stop loss. So remember, risk management is about how you manage the position. We're not just trying to like roll dice and see does the account make money or lose money. It's not make 40 points, lose 40 points, one or the other. It's real trading, right? The only thing that is random is where I can get in. Like that's basically it. Like I have to be engaged in a trade when the market throws me in. I can't sit out. I can't wait for A+s. I got to engage in something. So if it's not A+, I'll trade small and then I can hold through to A+. Right? Just watch, guys. Just watch. Watch and learn. Watch and learn. You guys are so used to trading props, you've never seen her. I feel like nobody out there trades a real trading account. Y'all have never really seen it. I'm not the account's still green, right? So I'm not even really like sweating it too much. But I'm forced. Normally, I would have stopped out and then waited and then entered again, but I'm not allowed to do that in this account. So instead, I chose to hold one contract all the way down and take a little bit extra. I said I was going to lose about 5,000. It's now going to be close to 7,000 if I pull the plug, because I'm choosing to take the second trade here. But for me to do that, I'm actually forced to bag hold because of the challenge, but only one contract I closed out. So that runner that I held, that I bought like here, remember I had basically one, and I grabbed 3 more. Then when we got to there, I closed out 2, held on to 1, grabbed 1 more, went to there, closed back up, down to 1, just so I can engage. Normally I would have closed out the entire thing here and then waited for this and then jumped back in. But I'm not allowed to do that in this challenge, right? I can't quote unquote jump back in. So in this particular challenge, I decided to hold the 1, the additional 100 points, which does kind of suck, because that's about $2,400 extra of loss of drawdown, plus stop would be about another 3,000 of drawdown, with the attempt to turn this all green for the day, which I think I'm gonna get. But just watch, let me cook. Remember, all of my serious Fund Index accounts, I closed out there. I tried again right here, and then I stopped out there. So I'm just waiting, right? Those same accounts, I'm gonna engage in a long here as well, same thing. In the prop space, you're not allowed to take a lot of drawdown, but well within reason, I'm allowed to do kind of that in a real account. It's a little bit different. Some limitations of the challenge. The risk management portion of this is the position size control. I told you guys my drawdown would be about 5,000-ish bucks, and I'm there. That's exactly what I was expecting. Volatile day. I was expecting the market to sweep around, but we're pretty good as long as you reclaim green, and I'm backing on the trade. A lot of trading is like this. A lot of real account trading is like this within limit. You will see, you will take drawdown, but the idea is I'm not taking drawdown with 3 contracts or 5 contracts or 10 contracts. It's just 1. And that was pretty acceptable. As far as losing key bull pivots that we shouldn't have lost, that's okay. Still within the range of what I want to do. The challenge is too easy without the use of a hard stop loss. I don't understand what that means. That makes absolutely no sense, and the challenge may be worth doing. If I'm forced to stop at a certain point and I'm forced to take profit at a certain point, that's not even a risk management trading challenge. That's just a market dice roll challenge. The account would not go anywhere. That wouldn't physically make money or lose money. You would just lose a trade and win a trade. Lose a trade, win a trade. That would be a waste of time. That's what Tradeify is saying. Yeah. Then it wouldn't make any sense to even do that, Daniel. That makes absolutely no sense. There's no control over that. There's no reason to even do that. Some days I just make 800. Some days then you're just basically dice rolling. I could write an algorithm that just does that, and then you can watch the market the account just sort of be noisy and go up on bull days and go down on bear days, and that doesn't actually exhibit risk management, because that's not how you win trading with risk management. You're not supposed to trade with a hard stop and then just close out your trade for the day. You're allowed to manage a position. That's the whole point of risk management. Let me spell it out for you guys. M-A-N-A-G-E-M-E-N-T contains the word manage. The word manage means manage, control, manipulate. Part of risk management is to control, manipulate the situation, not just avoid, right? So part of the strategy is managing the position, is part of it, right? So the idea is if I just set a hard stop and closed out, then I'm just wasting a month of my life because that account's not going to go anywhere. It doesn't even prove any point. All it proves that you just don't make money doing that. And you don't lose money doing that either. You're just going to sit flat in the account, maybe go up if you pick bullish, the market goes up. Maybe go down if you pick bearish, the market goes down. That really is truly random. And the part that I'm saying is the entry of the challenge is random. What I'm trying to prove specifically is that managing a position, even when you're wrong or whatever, jumping in on a trade, even against your better judgment, you can manage it within reason to get yourself out of a hole or to do, to make profit or to whatever you want to do. So, yeah. The trade today was, today's trade setup from here to there. That's the one where I trimmed out. So I got the trade, got in, trimmed out. I held on to a runner. I added back to it. And the bet was to bounce here to fill the gap. It was a huge trade potential. It was almost 9 or 10 to 1. That's why I jumped in on it so hard. Had we held DD band at 415 and we actually filled the gap 625. Actually, it was 5 to 1. I would have been, sorry, 5 to 1, not 10 to 1. was worth the risk. So it would have been 30,000 profit if I was right, and that's just how it goes. That's it. So this is a random trading account challenge. The goal is that ChatGPT will pick a random time that I have to enter. I have to get in at least one E-mini, and then I can't stop until I'm at least one strike distance or 40 points lower on NASDAQ. Then I have the option to stop or the option to add, and then I can add to position and choose whatever I want once I'm engaged. So the risk management here is that I wasn't super confident in this trade. That's why I only got into 3 instead of 10 or 20. And I closed out 2 there. Held on to the runner. Fell back to there. I added 1 more there. Then it fell through here. Then I subtracted that 1. And then I'm now holding the original 1, which is this one, kind of bag holding. But I want to make this trade here, which is, again, well within range of what I want to see. I want to see it overshoot, reclaim, and then I will contemplate adding 1 more time to bet that we end up above here by the end of the day. That's it. That's what I want to see. So right now, if we overshoot here, I can risk losing 12K today if I add 5. Risk 12K. Reward from a 6 spot from 182 to 286 is 100 points on 6. Which is about 10,000 if right. So that turns into a 1-to-1. Hold on. I see 100 points. Yeah. Times. $12,000 if I'm right. Yeah. 12,000 to 12,000. Yep. That turns into a 1-to-1. And then when we get back to the catalyst, then I can trim my original runner, hold by 1 spot from here to bet that the market doesn't close in a catalyst and let that be the runner. Yeah, 12K to 12K. These days are normally tough. Normally, I would probably be sitting out when cat is active. So let's see what happens here. The account, 100,000 was the account size, and very rare do you get like a bull market just fall apart like this. So that is kind of rare. We are irrational. Technically speaking, I shouldn't be entering any trades at all. So the question becomes, is 5 even too much? When irrational, I probably shouldn't take a 5 spot. So what I'm going to do is add a 5 spot from there. What I will do is on the overshoot, on the reclaim, I'll add 2 more. I'll let the 3 ride to there. If it holds there, I'll add into the winner and let it play. So normally, I don't normally add into winners like this, but on the reclaim, which will put us right here, is also where I'll add as well, right there. Only 8% of days close below these green bands, so. So if you've ever, Dead Cat, if you've ever taken my boot camp, 12% is my normal walk away on the worst possible day. So it's, again, half of you guys have never, I mean, most of you guys have taken the boot camp will know that I'm half risk, right? So the actual overall day that I let myself lose on the worst possible day is 12%, which is like 1 in like 3 months. Yeah. So let me repeat. My normal day when a non-catalyst or non-event is about a 3% loss. My worst case scenario is a 12% loss. I have that in the boot camp. We teach that. So worst case scenario, if I'm going to dig out of a hole, I usually let myself worst case scenario down in here when I choose to elect to take multiple trades. So normally what I would do is in a normal trading account, this is what this challenge sucks, is because like half the people here don't understand this is a specific challenge I'm trying to do. This isn't, and maybe that's making this sort of a terrible experience for you guys. I'm trying to prove a point to the public, but like 10% of you are looking for fucking free handouts to watch somebody trade so you can make trades. Y'all don't give a shit about the challenge I'm trying to do. So y'all are just trying to fucking get free handouts. Like the rules were defined and we have a set up, right? Yeah. Y'all are gonna watch me do some amazing stuff with this challenge, trust me. Yeah. How can you protect against a black swamp event? What the hell are you, Shrek? What are you talking about? A black swamp event? What is this? I'm so confused. I'll probably get a pet donkey. I don't know. Just watch and learn, guys. Let me cook. Just watch and learn. So in my, again, this is a day where bull structure completely fell apart. And what I've drawn right here is about what we're going to see. And I wanted to be long from MHP. I'm going to bet that we don't turn into a bear market. This is already bear market territory on the NASDAQ. I'm going to bet that the monthly structure holds us up. And that bet is a last resort bet. And then if we're bearish, then I don't take big risk anymore. So this is like the one day a month where this kind of thing happens, where you lose all that bull structure and you test going into a bear market. I don't believe we're in a bear market. So I believe this flush is actually going to hold. And I'm not really worried about it. Yeah. But if I lose this, then it's just another day. Remember, the random trading challenge allows me to have some flexibility on how I manage the position. In a normal trading environment, I would long right here and then stop right there, and then long right there and then stop right there. I don't get that flexibility in the random challenge. I can't choose when I enter. I can only add to a position that I'm engaged in. So because I knew that this could possibly happen, I had to trim everything down. So I remember I had 5 contracts right here on the edge, right? Here. I had 1, then I had 2, then I had 5, and then I'm back to 1. It's managing risk at each hotspot with the larger position here and a smaller position when I've lost. To the last hotspot that I have is here. This is the last potential place I can trade. Pretend that I'm not in a trade at all. Pretend like this is just flat and I get one more chance to make one more trade here. That's how that's going to work out. So in reality, in the random challenge, I'm forced to stay in a position as part of the rules of a challenge. So I can't close out even though I want to. I'd have to just sit out and then ChatGPT will lose the ability for me to manage the position and I have to get in another random stupid spot. So this is a way for me to, if ChatGPT says, you must long here, and I'm like, but I'd rather long there, then I'm gonna long as small as I can. And if it's within reason, wait for the trade I really want. Now with the cat active, I shouldn't be trading a lot. So cat active is a sit out below this purple line rule, which again, I am kind of going against all better judgment to make another trade here. But I'm a believer. Remember, this challenge is to do something legendary. Do something different. As a matter of fact, if I hear any more complaints about the random challenge, I'm just not going to do it on screen. So you guys, y'all want to see me trade prop accounts on stream? If this is confusing to people, that I want to stream. This is why people are like, also, even when you're in full transparency, you fully disclose the rules, you fully write everything down. People don't like full transparency. This is to show you guys the transparent part of this. You want me to not show the challenge anymore, or do you like it? It's up to you guys. Because in prop accounts, you guys just see me trading props. So this, you guys get to see me manage an entire trading account with one thing that I can't have is my A+ setups that I can wait for. I don't get that luxury anymore, which is the sucky part. But you have to understand this is a specific designed challenge to see how well I handle random entries without being able to wait for my A+. The whole reason that I do well is I can wait for that setup and wait for that setup, and I can get exactly what I want. This doesn't allow me to do this. This throws me into the market, and I got to sort of manage the position to get what I want and take the right appropriate amount of risk, right? Kind of sucks, I know. It's going to be hard to turn a profit, I know. But you know what? I'm going to do it. Just let me cook, baby. Let me cook. Now, I brought home $1 million last month. You guys know that, right? I could do that every month. Trade just regular, straight up, let you guys see it. But I get a little, you know, challenge happy sometimes. I like to do different things. The same old trading day in and day out. It's fun. But sometimes I want to prove a point and do something bigger. Here's the flush now. Flush is coming through. I think we would get probably maybe 80 points of volatility to 100. That's what I feel. Ooh. And days like this are extremely rare because you don't normally just thrust yourself into a bull structure break catalyst every other day, right? This is like probably the third time this year we've had a day like this. The last time was 2 months ago, where you had nice, clean, easy bull structure and then people just dumping everything in the middle of it. It's rare. We've thrown ourselves into bear territory. That's rare. Tomorrow we may wake up to a bear market, right? So this kind of day is so infrequent. Somebody says, how do you protect against it? It's just infrequent. This kind of day doesn't happen that often. So it's not like it normally is going to be a deal. And somebody says a black swan event. Well, we're not going to have a black swan event. I'll just stop out on the contract. Somebody that says, how does a stop loss protect you from a black swan event, has never traded a real trading account in their life, because that kind of question doesn't make any sense either, because whenever you're long and there's a stop loss here and your stop loss is triggered, a newbie would think you actually close out your trade there. If you ever trade a real account during a black swan event, your stop loss is not where your position gets closed at. A stop loss fires a market order at the market. If velocity logic is triggered and the market gaps down to here and IOP opens it up right there and your stop loss is there, you got filled here anyways. Like most of the time, a black swan event, a stop doesn't protect you against a black swan event. So be careful believing that your first time when you think you're going to lose $500 and you lose 5,000 because an event that happens which causes the market to just gap down significantly, you didn't get filled where your stop loss is. Never ever trust that a stop market order will fill you at exactly that spot. It's always going to be lower. The faster it falls, the lower it goes. Yeah. So a physical stop, the market maker controls where you get filled at. Normally, if it just falls normally, then you'll get stopped around where your stop loss is. But in a quote unquote black swan event where the market just really quick, like we lose 100 points in the S&P on a single moment, then what happens there is you're going to get stopped anywhere in between. So the problem is that you really don't have control with the stop loss, even if you think you do. The order is filled at market maker's discretion. So that's another thing to always take note of, is that a stop kind of is like a parachute with a hole in it. It'll slow down your fall, but it won't keep you from landing into the ground and breaking your feet. All right. So the goal right now is for me to know that I'm thrown into the trade at a crazy spot, and now I can manage the position. The fact that I'm in 1 is telling you I don't like the trade. If I was in 5 or 10, it means I really like the trade. Right? So remember, a market order just tells the exchange, fill my order. Normally in a liquid market, you get filled pretty quick at the bid and at the ask. But there's events like Velocity Logic's an event on the CME Globex, where if the market drops too far too fast, like selling, if a big order clears out so many tiers of the bid within a certain amount of time, the market actually stops filling orders for a split second. And that large order will like fill, and then the rest of it will stop filling against the bid. And then it'll pause and the bid will drop very quick. They'll do a calculation to mobilize liquidity and drop the market, drop the price just in an instant to that new price they calculated. It's called IOP. It's a calculation they do. So essentially, if there's just a big enough order by their criteria, trading will stop for a split second. You don't even see it. And the market will just gap lower and continue trading midday. It happens on black swan events. And there's a protocol that prevents the market from going unstable there. What they do is they ask market makers, the Globex allows market makers to inject liquidity at any point lower, and then that calculation recalculates where that bid ask would be, and then price just gaps to it. When you gap and you gap through a stop loss, you get filled at the bottom where it reopens. Typically, a stop loss order might even get rejected when you gap as well. You ever hear your stop triggered and it goes order rejected? It happens. It happens a lot. You've been trading a real account for 15 years. You've seen it happen a handful of times. So doesn't mean it's happening all the time. You should trust the stop loss most of the time, but don't rely on it to save your ass. Sometimes, yeah, when a circuit breaker happens or velocity logic, which is an intraday circuit breaker, I call them short circuit breakers. The market stops for a split second and then gaps lower a second later. You can read up on it. It tells you all about it, which they are rare events, but in those events, they can fuck up your whole account. So black swan events to that degree are rare. We have seen none of them since COVID, by the way. Even in the March selling this year, we didn't see any of that. No circuit breakers, nothing. It's rare, but in those kind of events, your stop loss will not be as efficient as you think that it is. What's up? What's up, Franco? Yes, that's my name. What's up, dude? And somebody said if you're concerned about a black swan, you never be in a position. Yeah, true. What's up, Franco? What's up? I love you too, man. Advice on beating trailing drawdown, go for 1-to-1 trades. That's it. Base hits until you build a buffer, and then once you're out of the buffer, trade only your A pluses. I was hoping for the overshoot to add on the reclaim. I didn't add on MHP, I just held through it. I'll add on the catalyst reclaim. Sometimes a real trading account is like this. You're gonna take some drawdown, but you know, it's part of it. Can I do a lose 100K challenge? I could. Any relationship advice? Yeah, make sure you don't, if you're trying to be a day trader and you have a relationship, make sure it doesn't go sour. You need a good support system. All right, now we're on the edge. Let's get that flush. MHP bounce starting to break. Cat is active. So normally in a normal trading account, sit out. Like don't take an abnormal amount of risk here. This is a sit out day. When a cat is active, normally in my real trading accounts, we teach you guys like in prop accounts and stuff. Don't even spend too much time here. I'll still trade when cat is active, and I'll keep it small. So one contract is barely anything. The account's still green for the week, which is good. But we get that one flush catalyst day. That shit happens. Can't do much about it. This is just basically people selling the news off of the government shutdown stuff. Markets, unless there is a significant reason for it to be down here, will often test this purple line before it decides to continue selling. So what I'm looking for, 58.50 on S&P. I don't think we, so from here, so 91.5. So cat active line is right here on S&P. So this is like where the edge is there for S&P. Exactly here. I usually like to bet on the edge that the market doesn't fall apart. But in the random trading challenge, I get some flexibility. But if we lose MHP, then I'll pull the plug and be done. The normal rule is below DD band, small trades only, strong pivots only. This is the only long op I've got. Let's turn this one green today. It'd be fun. You guys can watch me turn this one green today if it works. Uh, 182 until 288. First run up here, 100 points. Question is, when cat is no longer active, will I add to the position at the purple? And the answer is maybe. If we reclaim DD band, which is the original trade I wanted to be in, I always take a long in the reclaim. So when I get that, I'll ride it back up. Again, chances are very small that it does ride back up, but they're not impossible. On that green line reclaim, then I take the trade that it rides back up, only if I get it. Greg B, it's not good behavior for a trader. Listen. This is exactly control 100%. Be in the position of not telling me what good behavior is for a trader. Be in the position of learning something you don't already know. This is a controlled situation where I longed. Let me scribble it out for you guys again. Like I said, don't try to teach the teacher. Let me tell you something. This is how a real trading account works. My risk, if you did take the boot camp, which I don't think you did, per day is 12.5% on the worst case day. Okay. I am currently half of that. On average days per trade is about 3% per trade. In the boot camp, this is my trading style with my real account. This trading style made me $1 million last month. So let me tell you a little bit more, right? Per day, 12.5%, I pull the plug per day. This is taking multiple trades. In a normal situation, I would long here, stop here, and do nothing, and then long here again, and that's 2 separate trades. Forget that there's a position still active. I told you if I wasn't in this challenge, I would be sitting out. So until here and then jumping in on a second trade here. It's the same thing as holding one contract, just makes it harder to do my normal trading style. If I just did my normal trading style, like it always is, you guys can sit here and watch me make money. It's gonna get pretty boring. This challenge is supposed to make it harder. And again, it seems to be confusing so many people who just sit here and want free fucking handouts. I don't understand and trying to tell me whatever it is. It's a challenge that's designed to be challenging. That's the whole part. And it's only transparent so you guys can see that I really did it. I'm just gonna stop showing the challenge on the damn stream. It seems like people here are mad because they can't just mimic this in their fucking take profit account and make money. I don't understand. If I hear one more comment about it, I'm probably gonna just not do the challenge anymore. I don't understand the confusion. It's supposed to be a challenge within my traditional risk management rules from the boot camp. I swear to God, this is exactly within tolerance of the plan. Don't understand. Don't understand. I'm teaching you guys how to work position size and control even in a bad environment. Today is the best lesson you've ever gotten in anything I've taught probably this year. Ready? Market opened here. We fell. Here, I longed 2 more. I had a position of 3. We made it to there. I subtracted 3. I subtracted 2. Right. I was up 3. I'm down to 2. I held on to 1. We fell to here. I added 1. We fell to DD band. I added 3 S&P. We fell to here. I closed out 1 NASDAQ. Now I have a net position of 1. Normally, I would close out everything and then just long right here, but I'm not allowed to do that. The challenge makes it harder. So instead, I got to choose to hold that 1 contract all the way down, and this entire plan allows for me to make this entire trade and stay within my limits of risk, which makes it challenging. This is hard. We broke structure. When the S&P, when we lost this, I closed out of the 3. So now it's flat. I promise you guys, this is such a great experience for y'all to actually see me managing positions and then pulling the plug whenever I'm done. Remember, 12.5% is just the worst possible day that I get. This is from my boot camp. It's never like that. It's like 1 or 2 days a year, or maybe like this year, maybe 4 times total, we've had days like this, right? But I think the challenge is confusing so many people because they're like, it's not working when I did it, my take profit. This is bad. This is what a real trader is gonna be experiencing, and I'm making it actually harder for myself. I can't just close out the trade and then wait and choose to enter here because the random challenge won't let me do that. I can't just, I'd love to have closed the trade out here and then just waited and then attacked it one more time there. But unfortunately, I don't get that opportunity as much as I want to. I know it's hard for y'all to understand, some of y'all, but the goal is to do something different. I'll show you the spreadsheet that I do in the boot camp. It shows you guys this. The fact that I'm not all in long with 10, 20, I'm still at the 1. I'm still in the normal range. Account's still green. Even after the worst possible trading day we've had this month, my account's still green. You know, everything's good. One day a month will be like this. Let's take a small, tolerable loss and give it a day. You guys are so used to seeing me win every day. It's probably what it is. All right. So on the calculation, this is from the spreadsheet right here. Using the risk interval rules per trade, on a 100K basis per trade, I'm looking to lose about 3%, give or take, per trade. This is if I lose every day, by the way. On the worst possible case scenario, a catalyst, which is active, or one risk interval move against you case, which is exactly what happened, the targeted loss is no more than 12%, which I am half of that right now. For 100K basis, that's the allowed risk I give myself. So whether you don't like it or don't understand it, that's your choice to make. I trade heavier than just a couple percent. I'll allow myself to lose 12% on the worst day, which is like a couple times a year, right? All within tolerance. No one would survive if they held a trade like this, risk management said. Bro, you don't know anything about trading, bro. I'm gonna tell you something. I literally just showed you the spreadsheet that says this is absolutely fine. Every once in a while, people try to teach me, but y'all aren't really understanding that this is designed to show you something. Position and risk management is part of it. I know for like 90%, 99% of people, it doesn't seem too hard to understand. So the point that I'm telling you is that this, again, is part of the challenge. I'm not allowed to do certain things, Greg. That's part of the challenge. I can't help it. It's designed to be difficult and random. I'm forced to do things like this. I can't. I wouldn't normally be doing this. Okay, can we, I'll explain it one more time before I just stop showing any trades on stream, because this is starting to piss me off at this point. Do you understand that this is not how I normally trade? Everybody on the same page, right? We understand? Tell me you understand. Greg, this is for you. You decide to interrupt. Your brain is stuck in an infinite fucking loop. I get it, but do you understand? This is not how I normally trade. We understand this, right? The point is that I'm trying to do something completely different and make it random and hard on purpose within the tolerance of what's allowed. I'm gonna allow myself about 12.5%. Well, actually, I don't get control because ChatGPT is gonna force me to trade, but I'm allowing myself 12.5% on the worst days, which happen about once a quarter. Not too often do you get a day like this. On average, I'm gonna lose about 3% per trade. This is what I always do. This is what I actually normally do, right? That's it. Today I've taken quote unquote 4 trades, but all the same trade. I'm not normally gonna hold, but I have to hold so that I can take the second entry over here. Like I have to hold or else I can't take this entry. So say that I want to like double down on this overshoot right here. Let's just say for fun, I want to add 4 contracts right now on this overshoot. Drop my cost basis to 239. Now I'm not upside down 100 points. I'm upside down 50 points now because I manipulated my cost basis. Right? Just like that. So if I add more contracts here, then I'm not upside down that much. You see how it works? I just did that just to show you. So the idea is now I'm going to trade at 239, which is here. And I add more contracts at the level. Now my cost basis is there. That's just to explain something. This is probably, I wanted to see a little bit more overshoot, but to tell you this lesson, does this make sense? The entire trade is now from here. It's not from here. Does this make sense? So the challenge is using cost basis management and risk management to adjust a cost basis to be more favorable to the trade. Right? As a matter of fact, this trade breaks even right there. Right? The problem is I'm forced to hold my 1 contract so I can do this. And if I lose 12, then I lose 12 and call it. No big deal, right? But the point is that cost basis management, which is what most of you guys have never learned, allows me to change my cost basis to a certain place. Should really do that. So let's say in general, I wanted to do, like I want to bet that we're not going to have a catalyst, right? I want to bet that S&P tucks back in for a hot minute. If I add 1 more, my cost basis changes to 26 now. My break even is here, right? On the 1 day out of a quarter that this happens, normally I would long, stop, long again here, then take a second trade. Now, I break even right there. That's it. On MHP, which holds 90% of the time. So it's a risk that I could possibly lose and stop out. Right? But that is the risk I'm willing to take. So pretend that you don't see the red. Pretend that the red was realized and I'm not forced to stay in the trade, right? That I realized the gain and now I'm taking a second trade here, right? That's the whole point of this. And while this is a lot heavier than I wanted to be, I was just doing this to prove a point that this is how much the cost basis can be manipulated just by having 1 and then getting 4 more at the same spot, right? So hopefully that makes sense. Yeah. So the goal is I'm still within the range. And everything went against my better judgment, right? Everything was supposed to be bullish and the market just flipped around and died and a catalyst is active. So the goal is by the end of the day to be above 26. Will we get there? Maybe. Is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? Not really. Is it possible that we get maybe like 1 little bounce here before the market dies out? Sure. Right? And again, in real trading, I take stabs at every long I can do, but I'm not allowed to in the random challenge. I'm not allowed to do that. I keep trying to explain to you guys that if you see me holding 1 contract because I'm waiting for a lower target, that is risk management. Pretend in a normal situation it's 0. And the random challenge, I got to make it harder for myself. So I got to hold. I'm not allowed to just choose to trade at a second place. So hopefully that makes sense. The whole point is to do something completely different than just regular trading. All right. What should I do enough of? This is a challenge to do something completely different. I'm going to bet that MHP holds. 90% of the time, MHP holds. Under ideal conditions. Now, we do not have MHP confluence, so it's roughly 74% of the time it holds. 26 is my break even on the FI, on the whole position. And then I'm here. I mean, y'all just got to learn how to be patient. You know what I'm saying? Let's just see. There's a catalyst test on S&P. This is the rejection point. If it does sell off from here, it is going to be devastating. So it's going to try to sell off from here. I'm not even looking at it right now. I'm looking at something else, but it's probably going to try to sell. There, it's going to try to sell off, just like clockwork here. There's also a yellow line at 206, which I don't know why mine is still not drawn on here. This is the risky spot. See how that was worth the attempt? And even if it doesn't play out, it doesn't play out. But that was the attempt, right? So I can always say, well, that's failing. Let me trim it back down. I'm going to grab some longs and some evals here. Catalyst active, position size small, 1 and 2 a pop. Just to bet on this. They'll bust if I'm wrong, but they're evals, so we're good. Yeah, the point is, the overall, as one trade said, the goal is to prove that I can make money by entering the market at a random point that I don't get to control. I can control everything else after that point, but the random aspect is I don't get to wait for the fair value gap or the opening range breakout, or I wait for hedge pressure. I'm forced to jump into the market. Can I still figure out a clever way to make money in that situation, right? And in the last 5 minutes, I've made 3,000 of it back. You see how this works? Right? Oh shit, stop moving around, evals. Hold on. Oops. Great. Great. Yellow line. I can trim back down to 3. Keeping it light. If we reclaim catalyst, I'm back in. I'll probably hit it pretty heavy if we do. Again, it is selling really freaking hard right here. %74% of days will hold this orange line. See how it's trying to hold, but man, it is selling really hard here. This is crash city if we don't reclaim 91. Crash them here. This is going to accelerate the move. So remember, trading. I'm going to wait for the reclaim and jump back in. Are we reclaiming? Okay. All right, I'm going to add 2 more back on the reclaim. PT now 86. New cost basis is now 190 with 5, which is here, right at monthly hedge pressure with the confirmed reclaim as my second entry for 2 more. Oh, God, you guys never seen a fucking pro trade before. But I appreciate the advice some of y'all are trying to give me. It's cute, like bless your hearts and stuff, but like, let me cook, guys. I got my cost basis right above monthly hedge pressure, which is exactly what my goal was this entire time. 190. I'd like to get it below though, but we'll try as hard as we can here. 190 cost basis. Again, it's going to be a fight. So let's see if we get it. A little dangerous. The reclaim is what I want, but man, we are failing that reclaim. Look at this tick chart, man. This is nuts. So this actually is starting to scare me now. The volatility is widening. VIX is going up. Not good. Not good at all. Do I want to try one more time? Breaking yellow is crash. Crash city. 1, reject. 2, reject. 3, reject. That's very rare when a cat is active. It's the catalyst. That's all it is, yeah? The risk interval move is going to be very, very tight. When it comes to volume. You're going to see a lot of volume exactly here. This is a risk, but man, I'm hoping we get it. I'm hoping we get it. But you see how this is where the market's trying to make the attempt? I waited all morning for this. And let me just clean this up a little bit. Like I said, I could be wrong, which is totally fine. But I'm being wrong from the right spot, which is all that matters. You see how the attempt was pretty quick and clean? And if I lose, I just take the loss and walk. That's how trading actually works. A catalyst is where the market moves on a sudden event more than one risk interval. Risk interval is a number that's decided by a calculation that CME Group has called span, and it sets margin requirements. That risk interval, if you move exactly a risk interval on a sudden event, which is the selling event where we flip-flopped the market bearish today, we broke all the bull structure. This is a catalytic event. If you break through this purple line, it is a nasty, and I'm talking nasty, devastating crash. Like, I'm literally longing on the edge of where the market can crash. And the only reason I'm not shorting it and jumping in on the crash situation, because I'm betting that we stay bullish by at least tomorrow. That by the end of the day today, we are not below 91. That the market is still bullish enough to ward off a potential crash. The situation here can accelerate the move and volatility can go out of control. So I'm literally piling in right at the edge of disaster. So like my finger's literally on the button. And you can see how here is where it's trying to recover. This is the right place to make this attempt at. And if I'm wrong, that's just part of trading. You're going to be wrong some of the time. But I'm wrong from the right place, which is all that matters. Right? 74% of days will close above this orange line. Negative resilience kicks this 90%er down to 74. This is our actual back test. And the idea is that if we're turning into a bear market, then that's going to happen today. And then I just take my loss and walk away. As it starts to pull back, 12,000 is my sort of like bigger loss. I'll start to trim from the 5. I added the 5 here, or added 2 more here, and it's taking a little bit of heat on the reclaim, which I was a little over eager about. I could just start trimming down if I lose. Fingers on the button. You guys watching the challenge, just consider this a second trade. Like, this is a whole brand new trade that's different from the first one. While one of the contracts is in drawdown, the fact is, consider this like 2 different trades. Come on, let's reclaim. Get on that hedge pressure. Get up there. And when you look at a chart, like days like this are so rare. Like you don't really see days like this all the time, right? You don't normally see days where the market just flushes out like that. I mean, it's only been in recent events. You very rarely see days that do this, right? So it's like, okay, this is a once in a quarter sort of event. Totally fine. In a real trading account, you're going to experience a day like that. But my position size has been kept small enough so that my loss is within the tolerable range. Like I said, 12,500 is my biggest loss day on quote unquote crash or catalyst days, which would be once a quarter, if anything. If y'all been to the boot camp, y'all know all these numbers. Sometimes it just gets crazy. Sometimes I gotta hold my breath and take a bet on the edge of disaster. If I pull the plug, that's just a normal loss. That's just a normal loss on a big day. But I don't walk away blowing up the account. On the worst possible crash day, I walk away still pretty okay. And that's kind of the whole point, right? Over time, the strategy is going to do all right. But in the random trading account challenge, sometimes you'll just get flushed, and that's kind of what happens. Let's hit it hard at MHP. Come on, MHP. Hang on there. That would be very nice. This is what I want. It should be Nasdaq's area would be. This is my wish list. I want this. Well, I get it though. That's the question. Remember, the random challenge, guys, is just how can I manage a position when I'm randomly thrown into the market? That's the random part. I don't get to choose when I get in. I can choose a trade setup like this. Fingers crossed. And just get above yellow, man. I'd be so excited to see that. I had to hold my breath for that one for a little bit. No emotion. Man. My time pressure is crazy. See how the volatility is picking up a little bit. We just slipped to a new hour. Now this is where the real magic happens. If it starts to sell off from here, dude, the rest of the day is cooked. It is fighting right here with all kind of volume and everything. Yeah, this is real day trading, guys. Like that's kind of what it's really like. A lot of you are used to like just trading in discrete amounts, like trade an eval, oops, I blew up, start over, trade an eval, oops, I blew up, start over. A real account, you're gonna battle with drawdowns, multiple trades a day in the same account, making choices like that. A little bit different. And I have set limits because, you know, I try to trade big amounts per day. So in these worst possible sell-off days, if I take a loss today, it's within the calculated allowed amount and I'm good. If a day that happens once a quarter is a loss I can make back in 2 normal trading days, not that big of a deal. Right? Remember, it just happens sometimes. Can I do some giveaways? Let's get out of the hot seat first. Let's let this market stabilize a little bit. Come on. Oh my God, it's been crazy, right? A crazy holy fucking fight at MHP, right? Dude. Line don't fade away. What are the likes situation like? Can I do a giveaway today? Somebody said. Oh, 1 out of 3 people like the stream? I don't know. I don't know, guys. Get those likes up. Maybe I'll spoil a giveaway in a minute. Let's get those likes to 1,000. We have almost 2,000 people watch the stream. This is what's up. What a show. Thank you, James. Appreciate it. All right, fingers crossed. Do we hold the reclaim of yellow? Dude, this violence here is squeezing a lot of people out. There are a lot of people on the edge here. This is where most of Wall Street is pent up. So volatility is picking up. VIX is sort of stabilizing, which is good. 1, 2, 3, 4 times my heart rate goes up and I'm like excited about it. Song name artist. This is called Market Don't Die Today. This is something one of our members wrote with AI. My goal today would be at least to break even, like to dig myself out right at here at 276. If I get another 60 points on 5, it's 6,000 bucks. I'll be up 3K if we get to the white line. I'll be at 3K profit. All right, let's get 300 more people. Hit the like button, and I'll do a giveaway. You guys got about 10 minutes to do it. Not always you guys get to see me fight a losing trade. Y'all get all crazy about it. Y'all don't see it that often. Y'all are so confused. What the hell? Matt's fighting drawdown. He's in a losing trade. What the fuck? We never get to see that at all. My big accounts is how I trade all of them, dude. It's pretty much it. Plan on seeing a lot of margin calls this afternoon. 100%. 100%. All right, so this was executed pretty nicely. Through all of that, let's just pretend that in like a normal world, I want to hold for the full thing and take the full loss if I'm wrong. But in a normal world, let's just pretend that I wanted to trim back down to like 2 contracts here and ride it all the way to the top. I want to take the full risk though, because I want to make some money for my effort. And I'll be willing to lose 12,000 to do it. But say I just trimmed out right now, right? Through all of that of what you saw, longing the market, as Nasdaq has fallen 400 points and I'm down 3K. You see what I'm saying? Like the point is making the right decision at the right place is always the winning strategy. And so I could be happy with like a 3K, 4K loss and a big crash where I, you know, a third of my daily loss limit. Not that bad, right? So let's see how this pans out for today. But the idea is that this is where I wanted to strike, and this was the right place to trade from. Even if I'm wrong, I was wrong from the right place. If you're wrong from the right place so many times, you can dig yourself out of some bullshit. Not being afraid of the market. Half of you guys were like saying, again, watch me eat my words in a second. This just has a big fuck you red candle that just knocks the position to full loss, which is fine. But a lot of you, some of y'all were saying like, this is just painful to watch. Well, not really, right? It's all within the tolerance of what I'm allowing myself to do. And we're back to catalyst, right? Back on the edge again. The fact that I'm doing what I did at the right place is how I can make money over time. And if I'm wrong, it's not being wrong, right? And I can trim, I can close at any point and just pull the plug. See now, as I said, that red FU candle can come right there out of nowhere. If I could just choose to trim and take my normal loss. But as you saw in the last like 20 minutes, majority of those days recover from there. And so I can dig myself out of any kind of situation by just trading from the right spot as much as possible, right? And there's the red candle, right? Been doing this long enough to know that all that matters is that I'm trading from the right spot, right? And that's it. And if this ends up being a losing trade still, then I just take the loss. But 3 out of 4 times, that's the winning trade, right? And so now I can probably just close it out if it keeps losing and I'm out. I could close out. Or I'm out, I'll be out. The best fund and X account, Legacy or Rapid, if you have experience. They're both pretty much the same. Rapid gives you a faster payout schedule. Legacy gives you a bigger payout. See here? Now it's down. So now I can actually close out if I wanted to. Cat active could be crash day. It tried to bounce at MHP. It's not bouncing. I'm still going to hang tight and they get my max loss and then start trimming. Remember, it's volatile. It's violent. 3 out of 4 days will close above orange. And what I normally will do, if it fails orange, I close out. And then when it reclaims, I get back in. So let's see how it plays out. That's part of the random trading challenge. It's random. I got to do my best in the situation. This is the Ultra Pro mentality is I got to do my best in a random market. All right. Let's do the ETF giveaway first and foremost, as we always do. Remember, all that matters is control on your position size, your loss, and for big losing days like this, I waited to the perfect time to take my stab at this market. Imagine that it does rally from here, right? Imagine after all of this that I hammered the long. If it works, I got it at the right spot, right? If it works. Now that's the question, is if it works. If it works, it works from here. If it doesn't work from here, it doesn't work at all. All right, type it in. I'm gonna spin the wheel very quick, so you guys got literally 3 minutes. Or 13 minutes, so I gotta go. That velocity is picking up like crazy. So this actually might turn into be a losing day if it doesn't work. Now, again, volatility is high. There can be overshoots. That's the whole thing. This can have about 40 points of overshoot. So about 140 is that final sort of like area that kind of is going to scare me out of this. 140 and below. Maybe 135. I'll give myself 5 more points. That's it. But you see how exciting it's getting, right? That you can see that this is where it's trying to move. 1, 2, 3, 4 possible times. This is the proper place to trade from. And all that work today, being in one contract, was to allow me the flexibility to take the actual bet from that spot. And MHP is betting on the greater market structure being bullish, right? It's betting that the market doesn't die from here. So, again, if it dies from here, then hello, bear market, right? We're back to like March all over again. All right, spinning that wheel, guys. We give away a 10K end of the day account, ETF, and then we're going to give away some funded next accounts. Nope. Yep, funded next. Oh, we were so close to 1,500, were we? We were 12 people shy from the 5 more. That's okay. We have 1488 viewers today. Max concurrent. Oh, man. That got so exciting to watch S&P hold the edge there. Nasdaq don't die today. Odysseus, awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, so right now ETF having beat the beast. Remember, you buy the account from them. If you get a 25K beginner static, it's 65% off using our code. If you pass half of your profit target, or if you double your profit target, you get up to 3 free 100K statics. It's like their prize they give you if you beat the beast. Okay, good deal. 10K statics, $57 all in. Awesome. Value account, very nice for people on a budget. End of the day drawdown is kind of nice. Fun to next. All right. Swing the wheel. 50K rapids of fun to next. Quickest path to pay out in all prop history. 4 days to pay out from the start.
Like a Sunday song, showed me where my heart belongs.
Sir Darb has a song called Oh Scooter. Boy, this has been an interesting day.
You turn my loss into grace. Yeah, you steady my hands. You clear my mind. Oh, scooter, rocket scooter. You change my
Congrats, LL.
this time. Used to fight that candle, caught up in the fear. But you taught me patience. Now the path is clear. No more noise, no more running blind. You gave me
Power of Y next winter.
I could finally find. Oh, scooter, rocket scooter. Oh, everything has changed. Scooter, rocket scooter. You turn my losses into grace. Yeah, you steady my
Type something in chat.
you clear my mind. Oh, scooter, rocket scooter.
All right. If this doesn't rally from here, I'm just gonna quit day trading forever. Or for a month. Until the market gets back to being normal.
What was chaos turned to calm. You're the stillness in my storm. Oh, scooter, rocket scooter. Oh, how everything has changed. Scooter, rocket scooter.
Imagine the worst possible sell-off day that we've had in 2 or 3 months, and I'm only down 4K. Right?
Gave me sight. Oh,
Even in the midst of chaos, pretty expert control there. Not gonna lie.
you made it all
Like,
right.
choice making was pretty good today. I'm taking the market decides if I win or lose today, not me. So I'm taking the risk at the right spot.
Scooter,
And so now we'll just see what happens. Huge ass.
everything's shaking.
That's a pretty good song. The P&L song.
Yo, DJs, strap in, lock your stops. This one's for every size, P&L and rocket scooter. Let's go. Small hand,
James Williams.
show me small P&L. My girl and my mom both swear it's perfect, y'all. Win a trade, watch it grow, watch it blow. Lose a trade, yeah, it shrinks, but I still run the show. Attitude,
A lot of times what I do here as well is I'll cycle position. Because this is a catalyst active, I'm not doing that. But on the pop, I'll trim. On the dip, I'll add. On the pop, I'll trim. On the dip, I'll add. I do that a lot of times too. When a catalyst is not active, I'll do that all the time. Inch my cost base is slightly lower. Right now, I'm just holding through it.
tiny palms, boy, you can't.
It's a little out of control and a little too volatile for me to be able to do that.
Size 80 contracts in the pit. My P&L swinging heavy, Dom can't handle it. Chat spamming wab me, girls in the DM.
When a catalyst is not active, if it pops 40 points, I'll take one. It dips 40, I'll add one. Take one, add one, take one, add one. Inch my cost base is lower. Today, I'm choosing to just hang through it. Usually, even when it's chopping around, I can dig out even further doing that. When cat is active, though, it's just going to be choppy and violent and kind of difficult. Tradey, you're the next winner.
Green candle pop, P&L getting hard. Red candle drop, P&L.
And we have to give away a boot camp as well.
My chin up, attitude tall.
See the boot camp. Hey, background, welcome to Lifetime. Also, somebody donated earlier for some boot camps. Don't let me forget to give that away later. I thought somebody donated. James did, yeah. Rose said, any stats on confluence of MHP, HP res being below 0 has any effect on the level? Overall session characteristics. Just on the level. We only have stats of the confluence at the level itself. All right, that's 5. That's all 6 of y'all. It's a correlation stats on level hold percentage depending on HP, MP, res effects on levels other than themselves. No, that's it. Sorry, I didn't see your question earlier, but I had to spend time explaining to people that the random trading challenge was random. I'll let you guys choose. Do I stop doing this random trading challenge and is this like detrimental to you guys' experience? Seems to me there's a lot of people with an issue with it. I thought it'd be cool and different so you guys can watch me get into some sticky situations and dig out of it. That's the whole point. You get to watch expert level risk management. You can learn how real trading works, right? That was kind of the original goal, was that you guys, I'm going to force myself into some shit situations that I got to work my way out of. Right? Hopefully that's cool for y'all. It's like, yeah, I can just wait for A pluses, wait for A plus, but like, this is like, throw me into some dog shit environment situation and let me figure it out. That's the whole point. Like how I cost basis manage, get into good positions. Now I'm only down 2,000. So just to be a little like cautious, watch, let me close down 3 of these. And now I'm holding 2 and I'm down 3,000. I'm at a cost basis of 2 at 208, which is beautiful. I'm now long at yellow line with 2. Now I'm pretty much set for the gold. If this rallies back up to the top, I can just hold on to it and I'm good. So we'll see what happens. Keeping the risk light. I'm in it 2. Not that big of a deal. And that's how it runs. I can hold the whole 5 though, but I feel like with the catalyst being active and we're kind of bouncing around there, I just used it to dig out a little bit. Is it useful so you guys to see me getting into sticky situations and digging myself out of it? I just want a general consensus. I saw somebody else chat, but tell me what y'all think, right? The only thing difference is in between my normal trades, I'll be holding a runner. That's really it. To stay engaged. Right? Normally, don't look at the P&L as a gauge. Like, look at the trade itself. The P&L is going to have to take a lot of extra drawdowns so I can get into the entries that I want, but that's part of the game, right? Is can I do that and still make money? That is the challenge. Right? My 90%ers and 80%ers didn't work out today. Oh, darn. So what's going to happen is in the worst possible sell-off day, when all my bull stuff failed, I'm down 3,000 bucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's 3%. That's not bad. And, you know, you're going to watch something completely different than I normally do. So I hope y'all enjoy that. It's great for you to understand what real trading is. People don't get their own fault. They don't shut up and listen. And you're a teacher. You should be listening to these students. I shouldn't be listening to the students. They don't understand. They just have to learn the hard way. Keep the challenge. Just found you trying to learn legit trades. So I like to see how you actually trade. This is how I actually trade, by the way. It's just that I normally would tell you guys, I would normally stop out here, but I'm going to hold to add in right here. And I always differentiate both that y'all understood, but somebody just didn't get the message today. Is that I said, normally in my normal, I literally drew it on the screen too. Normally I would stop losing this and then just sit out and then take a stab right there. But I'll normally will do that. But in this challenge, you will see me have to hold one runner and take that drawdown. It's the only difference. I'm forced to take a little bit more drawdown so that I can get some A pluses. That's the whole point. The best stream? Oh, appreciate it. All right. Very useful. The only issue is that you have so much wiggle room to add that much to your accounts. Can't handle that. Oh, but hold on. I have that wiggle room, not because I have that wiggle room because I'm lucky or special. I created that wiggle room. One E-mini contract gives me that wiggle room. The initial choice of your initial position is what gives you that wiggle room to begin with, Skinny. Remember, any account you're trading, you can allow yourself that wiggle room too. I made that choice to give it to myself. That's the secret to this. This is really what day trading is all about. You understand the purpose of the challenge, but it's not good for beginner traders that are struggling with discipline. No. You got to see the best discipline you've ever seen in your entire life day trading this morning. This, by far, was some of my best choice making I've ever done in a shitty situation. This was 100% risk management and perfect control the entire time. So keep in mind that the choices made, where I added, where I subtracted, where I added, I'm barely in the hole a little bit. This is by far some of the best trading you've seen me do. I got to get out of here. I'm in teacher mode, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, this whole point is to prove something that is different. Promise you. And I'll be more discreet about, I will normally close out here, but because of the challenge, I got to hold. That way, it's more understood for you guys. Yeah, as Dejan said, most people will add to a loser at the wrong spot. The secret is adding at the right spot. And the whole entire trade was perfectly balanced within my risk tolerance. Worst case scenario, lose 12K once a quarter. Big deal. Got 3/4 of the way there. Now I'm sitting pretty nice. Small runner like I had earlier. Now I'm only down 2K. Dan nailed it. You guys learn so much watching people handle losers than you do watching somebody nail a bunch of winners. That's it. MFFU guys, we got to get started. Love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. It gets a little risky in here. People emotions get high. Some of you guys get angry because red days. This shit happens. Get the fuck over it. You'll be back tomorrow. Your trades will be fine tomorrow. Tomorrow's another trading day. Losing's part of the day. Crash days they happen. Take it in stride. Everybody join me here, My Funded TV. As long as they hold a runner, I can long this up the whole day. All right, I got to really run. I got to cut the stream short. I love y'all. Thank y'all.